Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the Long Distance Stitchers. My name is Megan,
I'm also Megan.
And I'm Amy.
and we have
Hello.
a special guest.
Yay!
So you can guess what time it is. It's mid-year whip parade time. It's
Best
still
time of year.
mid-year, right? It's early August.
It's not fall yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely not. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be near 100 here today, so no fall weather in sight. I don't like it.
Fall weather is happening here,
Oh,
but
jealous.
it's not fall. It's summertime.
Uh,
Yeah.
It was 30 degrees yesterday, which I don't know
mm,
if that is in American, but it was pretty dang hot.
it sounds hot.
I don't think we broke 20, and we've been in single digits in the morning, some mornings.
Oh,
Wish.
need to move.
If it's 18 degrees when I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, it's so chilly. I can
It
put
was
on a
4
jacket.
degrees here this week one morning.
Oh,
Oh,
get out of here. All right, so it's definitely not fall. It's definitely still summer. Everyone else did their mid-year winter parades already, so we're a little behind, but that's okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go through same. If you've been here before with us, then you kind of know we just go in a circle and take turns. So everyone will show about 5 projects from their whip piles and finishes from this year. We like to show off our finishes as well. Um, yeah, it's gonna
And
take a
just
while.
things that we've worked on. We're not showing you the full thing.
Yeah.
It's a halfway through the year update with
yes.
the parade.
Yeah.
Not
What has 2025 done for us so far, basically?
So it shouldn't be 4 hours long, but you all know that from the timestamp, but we'll see how chatty we get.
I'm guessing we're still going to be over 3 hours, if not close to it.
Possibly.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so Megan's going to kick us off.
We will do some pinning so that you can see things a little bit bigger than when there's three faces. So, you know her, you love her. She's my oldest whip. This
I
is
do love her.
Doors of Hawk Run Hollow from Carriage House Saplings. It's wrinkly because I've been working on it, which is a nice change of pace. I was like, oh, I'm going to finish this year. I only have 4 things. This one is taking forever. All the counting to get those rocks in there.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So I don't think she's going to be done this year, but she at least has some very visible progress, which is more than I can say for last year.
You only have 2 more blocks.
No, it's
right? Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
a double.
but still, that's like
That's 4 blocks.
you're
Yeah,
so close comparatively.
there's
On a month.
a lot of stitching in there still.
But it's looking really good.
Mhm.
Thank you.
In my head, I'm gonna start a carrot toast someday, but
she has smaller patterns. You don't have to do the big ones.
and you don't have to do all the squares.
Yeah, I've seen several people that have just like taken 4 or 6 blocks or something and done,
Like,
and they look really cool that way too. But,
yeah, like Erin's doing Halloween, I think, but she's only doing like 6 of them.
Yeah, pick your favorites. So that one is from December 2021, and then we jump ahead. February 2021 is where this one's from. This is I call it Skeleton Mermaids. I don't know what its real name is. From Roveris. This is what it looks like when it's done. I'm stitching this over 1. They are gigantic, so this will be a many-year project, but I've brought it down a little bit this year, and I can't remember if the octopus was done or not, but
I don't think it was. I think it was just the heads.
Yeah, the literal only reason I've worked on this is stitching Monopoly. Excellent. Or no, because of its birthday. Yeah, I don't think it's on a stitching Monopoly. I worked on it on its birthday though, because I've been trying to work on things for their birthday. That's 2. Oh, I left this one in the frame. This one is Primitive Needle Cape Cod Boys, and I didn't grab the picture of it, so you'll see what you see. But these are all available now as PDFs, so if you like it, you too can stitch it. I've been working on this one very recently for Monopoly.
Really close to
and its birthday in July, so there's just I got to finish the boat, and there's some swirlies, a crab, and a starfish and stuff, and the bottom border. It's very close to a finish. So
Yeah, that's
that'll
cool.
on the Q snap. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
I like
You
it.
can do it.
Yeah. That's another 2021 start. And I'm very bad at this. This is over a 32 count picture, this plus. I want to say Bramble.
Ooh.
Somewhere it's written down. If you really care, I can tell you. I didn't even unzip my bags, let alone take things out in advance. So bear with me, folks. This one you've seen fairly recently because it came up for Stitchy Monopoly. This one is Autumn Strolls by Lindy Stitches. So Autumn Strolls make thankful souls. I'm stitching this, I think, more or less with the called for colors, maybe some subs. This is 36 picture of this plus coastal. Got our turkey friend done last year, so then I've been putting in border pieces when I've had it out. So
It looks so good on that color fabric too.
right, right. This one is on my year whips for a finish this year. I don't think it's getting done. It's fine. I only have to finish 50% of them for that game.
Yeah, that's true.
And for my last one for this round, it's a finish. This is one of the Prairie Schooler Prairie Fairies. So I stitched it over one on a picture of this plus something. Legacy, maybe? I'm not sure.
So cute.
With a called for DMCs. She's very cute. I had plans to do like 5 of them and make like a little Belpel type thing, but they just don't speak to me the way that they used to. So I'm done her. She will go in a journal, and that's good enough for me.
Really adorable.
Okay. Did we decide our order? I don't think we did. You want to go next, Megan? Is that what you're doing? Volunteering yourself?
Sure, I'll go next.
Go for it.
Okay.
So I have a few here that are still in frames because I've been working on them, also mostly for stitching Monopoly. It really is a good way to get yourself to work on things. So this one, for example, is Tea Berry Tile by Ink Circles from the Tea Time X Stitch the Rainbow collection that I started in, I think, April 2023 and have not worked on since then. So this is where we're at now. And it's on this 32 count plum even weave. And I absolutely love the colors on there. And now that I'm getting more, because I had just started with the green and I was like, oh, it's fine, whatever. But now with like the red and the white, like it looks so good. And I'm finally like finding some rhythm. This fabric is kind of difficult to work on because it's so dark. I need to have really good light, but I'm getting some good progress now. I need to do about like 100 more stitches on this for my Monopoly job. But yeah.
Beautiful.
Keep working on that. And then also from Monopoly this year, I worked on I've been calling it Xmas Village. I think it's called Winter Village. And it's from just Cross Stitch. Oh, The World of Cross Stitch. And it was by Jenny Vandenweel. I'll show you the picture. And I've also decided when I pick this up again this year that I'm not going to finish it because it's a lot of houses. So I think I'm going to end up just cutting it off at the pond and kind of just filling it in with like some of the trees. And there's like a snowman that's like under the pond like here. So I think I'll like bring it up like here, like some of like the funner trees. I'll like bring it up. And I might do like the fence line that's like down here, but just like bring it up to there so it kind of looks. And then I just won't do the bottom border because it just repeats from the top. And I'll finish like the trees along with.
That'll look nice though.
Just to make it kind of like fill up. But then it's like, because like the pond was like actually what like I liked about it in the first place. So like that. And then I'll do this other horse carriage.
I like that carriage. That's cool.
And I finally did the cross stitch or the back stitching on the school, and you can't even tell that it says school. But
Yeah.
anyway, so this is on, I think, a 16 count Mystic Gray or whatever, Misty Blue or something. And I'm just using the called for DMC. But yeah, this was on my list to finish this year, and now that I've decided that I'm basically done, I'll definitely be able to finish.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm not gonna take this one. Okay. So this is also one that I pulled out from Monopoly, and it is Thurza Goes Goth. So a lot of people are working on. I have mine in a frame because I was working on it, so you can't really see all of it. But that's it. I basically just have this done. There's really nothing else over here. And then like the top border, because I wanted to make sure that my fabric was wide enough, and it is almost exactly wide enough. So this, I also really want to finish this year, but this is going to take a little bit more time. It's a lot. But it is turning out really good. So this is all of the called for DMC, also on a 14 count Old Fashioned Roses by Brennan Needle. It's beautiful, and I love it. But it's a lot of color changing, and it's a slow piece to work on. And then next, so this one I also just got out recently, and I hadn't worked on it in a really long time. Also for Stitching Monopoly. So this is Blue Earth by Counting Petals, which was part of the Earth Day bundle 2023, probably, I think. So I had to do 500 stitches on this. And so I basically just had like this top part done and not even this green. So all of this was new for Monopoly. And this is also on a 14 count. This is Aurora Borealis from Haley at the Sewing Shop. And it is not the called for DMC, but it is close DMC. It's what I had DMC.
Looks so good.
Yeah, I'm starting to. This is the other one where I'm like, what I've found out about myself is that I'm very much like a motif stitcher. So like I like to be able to like start and finish a whole motif. When it's just like continuous, like all the same color but like different sections, I kind of get like I don't know where to go now kind of thing. So I have to like pick. Whereas like with motifs, you're like, oh, I'll start this, I'll finish this, like. So it's like, but yeah, I found as I was looking at it, I got a little bit more of a better rhythm going. So that's three, that's four. And then the last one that I've been working on, so this is Carolyn's Balloons. So I had actually pulled this out to start working on it after I just finished something because I just wanted to work on it. And then it also got called for Monopoly. So that is what it's going to look like. And I've pretty much done 3 of the big balloons. There's another little one over here, and then there's like a half one up there. And then it's just like the houses. This is like that thing in the middle that says autumn. So like I'm getting pretty close. There's like a lot of random leaves and stuff, but like as I said, like I like finishing motifs. So like once I started this, I was like, oh, I just finished that. But yeah, there's a little bit more. I think it just needs to be like filled in the basket, but yeah. So that one, hopefully we'll finish. This is on, it's 18 count. It was just called One of a Kind. It was a Roxy fabric from Stitch North a few years ago. And then it's a mix of Sulky and Brennan Needle and a couple Roxy flosses that I kitted it up at Stitch North. All totally uncalled for colors. And I'm even like changing some of the ones that I had originally picked because I decided that I don't like those colors, and now I have a lot more colors than I did 2 years ago when I first kitted this up. So I'm like, oh, I think I have a blue that's even closer to this blue. That this now. But yeah.
Looking really pretty.
But I know I really want to do the summer one, but I'm like forcing myself to finish the autumn one. And that's 5 for me.
Excellent. Amy.
All right. So this was meant to be a finish at the end of 2024, but I finished it, I think, January 1st of 2025. So yeah, whatever. It's my temperature stitch that I did for the bottom is 2024 and the top is 1974, which is my birth year. So you got a kind of a 50-year time difference there. And I put a key on it and I labeled it with where it is and everything. So hasn't been FFO'd at all, but it's okay. I'll probably make it into a little pillow or something, but I like how it turned out. I love the colors. This is from, it's the temperature chart from Nuri at Shaded Stitchery that she put out for last year. So it's got the highs and the low temperatures on it for each day. And I like how it turned out. Very pretty. Very
Yeah,
cool.
I like how it's so easy to read.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
Like you
not,
don't
you
need
know,
any additional keys or anything.
yeah, and it was three stitches for the high, 3 stitches for the low per day. So 6 stitches per day. I would save it up and do it like at the end of the month, do the whole thing, and it didn't take long at all to do it for the month. So it was a quick, easy, and fun stitch too. I liked it. The next thing I pulled out, and I've worked on this a couple of times during the year, is Urduja from Bella Filipina. The last time I got her out, I took it all the way over and I did the horn. So the whole top part of her is done now. Everything that is like all of the missing spots there in her chest, that's all the necklace, and it's all going to be beads. Everything in her hair that's missing is beads. She's going to be like just blinged out to the nines. So um, I am excited to get her out again and start the tail because there's some really beautiful colors that come out in the tail and lots of crynix and shiny things and more beads and everything else. So I'm excited to get her back out at some point this year, maybe for Siren September. That's coming up, right? So yeah, so she may make another appearance. I want to get her done because his new mermaid that's on the seahorse. Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to do that one as well, but I am not going to allow myself to even purchase that pattern until I'm done with this one. So, and I'm being very good about that so far, so far. So yeah, I definitely want to get this one done so that I can do another one.
So gorgeous. So gorgeous.
Thanks. I love that fabric. It's kind of difficult to work on. I have to use a magnifying glass, but it's worth it, I think, on that fabric. So yeah, very happy with it. And then the next thing I started I think I started this in January or December. I can't remember, but it's Put a Bird on It. Doing it along with the Sunshine Stitchers. Sheely and EJ have the Put a Bird on It Sal. I'm doing it in colors that I just chose at my local needlework store. And I really like how it's coming out so far. I'm not doing it. They kind of divided it up into sections, based on the 13 months that we have to do it or that they have for the Sal. I'm just doing a little over 1,000 stitches a month, just where I want to go with it. Finally got the what they call big blue, which on mine is big red in the center. Finally got that completed last month. And so far I've actually kept up with it. I haven't done my August stitching on it yet, but if I can keep up with it for the next few months, I should be done by the end of the year. So I'm happy with that one. Yeah, I love that. This is the one that I did. I bought this, it's on vintage smoky white. And I realized after about 2 months of stitching on it that I'm doing it on the back of the piece.
Oh.
So the front of the piece is where the modeling is that I intended, but it's okay. I wasn't going to start over at that point. I was not going to rip it out at that point. So
It
I'm
looks
happy
great
with
on
it.
vintage white too.
Right. And it's only a mistake I'll make once because I have a lot more of this fabric left and I will never stitch. I mean, I'll know next time
Yeah.
which side I'm stitching on. So it's very lightly modeled. It's not even all that noticeable, but just noticeable enough. But it looks great on white too. So Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm happy with my colors. Jacob, of course, this from Modern Folk Embroidery. He's, I mean, he's kind of a genius, whatever. He designs some cool stuff sometimes, you know. So this is a really good one though. I'm enjoying having a lot of fun with working on that one. So the next thing I started in January with a lot of other people that have kept up with it and I haven't is Stitch for Pride 2025. I did really well last year and I finished 2024 on time. And this year I got halfway through May, and you'll see that there is like literally a needle with some thread still there. And I put it away halfway through May and haven't picked it up since. I do want to finish it though. I love the motifs that Dee is creating for this, and the learning that goes along with it this year has been excellent. It's all about trans and non-gender conforming history, and I love it. I've had some really interesting conversations with people in my non-stitchy life about the learnings that we've done, and you know, trying to help educate people based on what I'm learning on this. And it's just the flosses. I'm using the flosses from Algae Ross, which are incredible. They're so smooth to work with. This is on the called for fabric, whoops, from Jessie, Mislaid Pages, called Resistance. Is that this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year's Determination.
Yes, Determination, and this is Resistance. And I love it. I even did decharted French knots on this braided sweetgrass, and I did French knots, and they actually turned out really well. I was patting myself on the back for that because I don't like French knots at all. I put beads on everything, but I gave it a go, and I did it, and I like them. So I love how this is turning out, and I love the motifs that I haven't done yet that I've seen. So I'm excited to get it back out and work more on it, and continue with the learning, which is obviously the most important part of it.
Yeah.
Getting some really good learning in this year. So, and then the last thing that I finished in January was Pocketbook Peacocks. Yay, it's got a glare on it. Sorry, it does have glass. I just framed it the other day. I finished this at a stitch day at my local needlework store. And one of the ladies was so sweet. She kept walking by and she's like, "That's for me, right? You're making that for me, right? I love that pattern. I love everything about it." And so when I was done with it, there's a quilting room in the back of the store where she's got like scissors and rulers and everything. And I cut the rest of the fabric off, and I gave her the chart and the rest of the fabric and the rest of the floss, because this was the last piece that I had to do from the 2022 Bird Box. 2020, this was the very first Bird Box that Jessie put out at Mislaid Pages. And so I was kind of done with, stitching everything. So I gave her the rest of the floss and everything, and so that she could stitch it for herself, because I wasn't going to give her mine. So I found a frame. This is from Michael's, and I thought the color really pulled out the blue and the flowers, the leaves, and everything. So so I'm really happy with my Pocketbook Peacocks from Michelle Bindi, if I didn't say that. And that's
perfect.
Jessie fabric. Yeah, so beautiful, beautiful. So that's my first 5 pieces.
Excellent. Me again. Okay, so next up is my dinosaur sampler from Owl Forest Embroidery. This is another 2021 start. I have worked on this quite a bit this year, thanks to Monopoly. So I had the tree and sort of down to this T-Rexy guy. So I've done all that bottom, plus the volcano and stuff up here. And so I'm bringing it over. It's not quite 50% of the way done. This one is on my Euro whips. We'll see what happens. It is lovely to stitch on when it comes out. It's just those great big honking owl forest embroidery paper patterns make them a bit of a pain, but I do like working on it, and I would like to get it done. So we'll see. We'll see.
So cute. I love that chart.
It's good. This one, the last time you saw it, I said would be a finish the next time you saw it. And I didn't lie. Babushka's Blossoms is done.
Oh,
I
that
don't
looks so
think I've shown
good.
it on Flosstube yet. I'm pretty sure.
No, because
I was
we
still
didn't do a
chunking
video for
away.
July.
Yeah, I just double checked, but yeah.
Yeah.
So she's done. The pattern has like a little heart here, but I find it very
No, I like it with it.
nice.
Yeah.
So,
Doesn't seem like a heart piece.
yeah. And so I think I aged about 100 years doing these up and down vertical lines. And you'd think that it shouldn't take any longer, but it really just felt like it took a lot longer. But the effect is so good.
Yeah.
So worth it. Yeah.
I think I'm going to take some of my autumnal fabric and make it into, like, put a quilted border around it and make it into like a big pillow or a pillow cover.
Oh, that's a good idea.
When? No idea, but that's what I think I'm going to do with her.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's a 32 count picture. This plus something. I don't know. I have a whole other half piece
Oh,
of
wow.
it.
Oh, yay.
So I will liberate that fabric as well. Next up, we know her and we love her. We're not taking her off the frame, but it is my angel of love, who has seen quite a bit of progress. I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly where she is, but I know that, right? Like a lot of that's gone in. I have started putting beads on her. Yeah, I love her. She's gonna come visit Helen with me, so we'll have our angels live together in person, which will be exciting. And I anticipate I'm not going to take a ton of projects with me, so I anticipate I will get good progress as well when I start doing this, or when I start doing it. It's already started. While I'm away, she will get good progress. Next up is my half the fun. This one's also on my year whips list. I don't think that it will be done this year. This has been ink circles that I'm doing over one on a 32 count. Also picture this plus. I don't know what its name is. Legacy Mate? No, I called that other one Legacy. I don't know. It's a green one. I've gotten quite a bit. Like, so I had the balloons and one or part of one of the trains at the start of the year. So I've done this whole top corner down to this train. I haven't quite completed even 25% of it though. So I do not anticipate that this will be a finish this year. But I am really enjoying it when it comes out for Monopoly stitching. And I am making good progress on it. So that's nice. The thread is hand dye by Rolanda. I have a 50-yard skein of it, so I'll be able to do lots of other things with it still. One more for this go. So this is Cape Cod's Girls. So I can show you because they live in the same bag. So I've got Cape Cod Boys that we looked at earlier, and then Cape Cod Girls, which is not quite as far along, but she's still a good ways along. When this came out from Monopoly, I brought the border down quite a bit. But she's still got some words left to do on her before I even get to the mermaid. So while this one is on a year whips, I feel like I will finish boys, but I won't finish girls this year. And that's okay. I only have to complete half of what's on the year whips. And I've done 8 of the 20 that I put on my list. So
wow.
I think I will win year whips. I just won't black out my year whips, which is fine. That's 5.
Great progress, though.
I will pop up Megan.
I have one more that's on a frame because I got this out to work on for the August pick-a-whip because it was something with a tomato on it. So I have this from Tiny Modernist. There's a little tomato pincushion on it. I haven't worked on this yet, but I think I can finish it this year. It's pretty soon. I could even finish this month. But I really
cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
So that will be hopefully one of my 40 finishes of the year. I did start it at Stitch North last year on 16 count pumpkin spice from Kaylee at the sewing shop using random Rolanda and Roxy flosses that I bought at Stitch North. And I have a couple of little ones that I'm also going to finish this year. And this one I have barely worked on, but it is also small. This isn't the whole picture, but you get the idea. So this is from Emma Congdon at Stitchovia, and it's just like mostly words and some Christmas lights. But I've completely changed all the colors, and I'm doing my words in Etoile, and that's what they're sparkly. So I'm gonna do the words in like the dark green and the sparkly red, and then the Christmas lights are actually gonna be like the rainbow colors that I use for like because there's another Christmas lights one that I did, which was the Hemlock and Rye, gay happy meetings or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll kind of like match.
Oh, cool. That's a cute chart.
That one I will probably just wait to work on until like December because it's a Christmas one. And another one that I think I can finish this year, which has kind of been like my travel project, but I'm gonna actually focus on finishing it, is this little bookmark. So this is the Highland Peas bookmark. I got it as a kit. So the bookmark part is like already done and finished. I have most of one cow.
Oh, cute.
So I just need two more cows.
That's hard.
But I've only worked on this in like 20-minute spurts, like on airplanes. So I think if I actually like focus on it for like a half a day, I would get some good progress.
Yeah, and if you're stitching in your normal spot and like have good light, you could probably color complete it as you go too.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna be so big counting wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's so cute though.
It is really cute, and I really want to finish it. It's been a whip for a really long time. Okay, so this one is my next big one. So this one I have worked on a little bit this year. So this is also by Emma Congdon. And I've just been calling this one Magic Sea because it just says the world is full of magic, and it's just like an ocean scene. I think I am going to personalize this chart a little bit and skip the like back stitching little swirlies everywhere because I don't really want to do them and it feels really extra. And I also might just like because I already started this corner, but I might just like take that out and let it just be like an oval shape and skip the corners.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much extra going on there that I don't really care about. And I just want to do the animals. So,
I think it would look good as an oval,
Yeah, this top down is pretty much done. There's like some, I think on the tips of it's like that light effects. Like, yeah.
Sorry.
But like you can see there's like missing stitches there.
Swap it out for Kreinik or Rainbow Gallery. Swap it
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. If I had known, I probably wouldn't have, but whatever. It's fine. And I'm also stitching it with 2 strands because that's just how I started it. But I think I'm going to switch to 1 strand.
Nobody will know.
So, yeah. And the coverage, especially when it's like because there's some like in the narwhal that I'm like one strand will be plenty.
And for like in the
Because
mountains,
yeah.
you could always just go over the top leg twice, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell that you did it with one strand.
Oh, like
That's
So then it
true.
will
Yeah.
still look like it's all two strand, but you haven't had to struggle with two strands.
yeah. Like writing them, keeping them
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to finish this year. I think I can. It's just I have to work on it.
It's a cool piece though.
Your next Monopoly board.
It's on my Monopoly board.
But like your next one, put it on there like 10 times.
Yeah.
Every roll. See,
500 stitches. All right, and then my next one. So this one I've worked on a lot this year. So much so that I'm not even gonna show the cover for it because everyone knows what it looks like. And it is there's no ruse. So I did finish the border. I just have these two bands to do and then to fill in these bands and then decide if I'm putting anything. These are the corners. I was gonna finish it when I got home from Stitch and Stash, and I was just so burnt out on it that I was like, I don't want to look at it anymore. After I like forced myself to finish the border. So I will get this out again and I will finish it and it will be a quick.
It'll be so quick when you take it out to just do reband those little boxes.
And it looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. I do love it. And I will finish it. And I think that's 5 for me. So
okay. Amy.
Alrighty. So the next project I worked on, so I started this at Stitch North last year. It's Fish and Chips, and that's how far I got on it last year. But would you look at the size of that margin? It's like 5 inches, which when I got it back out to work on it again, I noticed the margin and was worried. And so I counted over and I was going to have like half an inch over here. And I wasn't 100% happy with the floss color. I think I used like 414 or 413. It's the darker of the light grays. And I wanted something a little bit brighter. So I restarted it on the other end of the fabric, a much more reasonable border. And I started it with like the next floss color up, I think 414 or 415, whatever the lightest one is. And I like it much better. It's not white because I hate white stitches, but it is a little bit brighter and I like it a lot better. Pops a little more reasonable border. And I got further than I was to begin with. So happy with it. This is a 36 count, I think, from Dying for Cross Stitch. It was one of her Fabric of the Month club, or Fabric of the Month. She doesn't have a club. She just has, you could just buy the Fabric of the Month. And I love it on this fabric. I think it looks really good. It's one of the smaller-ish long dogs. So I have not worked on my big long dog, which is Death by Cross Stitch. I haven't pulled it out in like a year, but I haven't been feeling that. So, but this one's more reasonable, and hopefully I'll finish it at some point. Then I have been traveling a lot for work this year, a lot more than usual. So I had a lot of hotel stitching, which I love, travel and hotel stitching. So I did this while I was on a training in Austin. This is Take Heart, Gentle Soul from Darling and Whimsy Designs. This was in last year's Bird Boxed from 2024 from Mislaid Pages. And I loved it. I love the colors that were chosen for this box. They're so just sweet and look kind of, romantic, and I don't know. I just like them a lot. The variegation and the threads that were chosen were really, really nice. Dinky dyes, right? These were dinky dyes.
Yeah.
It was
because this year's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love this chart too. It was a, quick good hotel stitching, lots of good fill in on the bird, but he was still really fun to stitch, and those flowers were sweet. So Deanna always makes me happy stitching her patterns. So, and then the other one that I took on that trip was another one from the bird box, which was Oddball Feather Pants the Third, which is the best chart name ever, from Miriam at Marumi Designs. And I didn't quite get this finished while I was on my work trip, but I finished it as soon as I got home. I had like down to here, I think, done, or all of this done. And I was like, I don't want to put it away until it's done, because it's just so cute. I love the design of this. And again, those same colors. And this fabric is amazing. So yeah, it's so cute. So cute. Love that. And then when I got home from that work trip, I pulled out one of my full coverage designs that I started a long time ago. So this is called the Wishing Tree. I originally bought it from Haid. It is Heaven and Earth Designs. It's artwork by Jeremiah Kettner, who is no longer licensed through Haid. So this chart is not available anymore. It's a huge chart, and I absolutely love the artwork. I mean, Jeremiah Kettner does like the watercolor backgrounds like nobody else. It's amazing. Look at that owl. So cute. And the whole design is really, really beautiful. I just got to where I didn't want to stitch on it anymore because I couldn't see the end in sight. So you'll see that what I've done, I cut it off. So now I have no choice. But then I decided to because I already had the owl done and most of this tree, and I didn't want to not waste all that stitching, but I still wanted a complete piece out of this. So I basically just squared it off. It's going to be a 10 by 10 square. And I'm just going to fill in the rest of that as time allows and as desire allows, and be done with it. And then I can hang it up and still have a really nice piece of Jeremiah Kettner cross-stitch artwork on my wall that I can enjoy. And I just love that. This was my favorite owl. There's 3 owls in this piece, and this was my favorite one anyway. So I think it'll be cute.
Yeah.
Like that. And I just, God, I love the watercolor background. It's not as confetti heavy as my other full coverage, which we'll see later. It's got like kind of chunks of color and then sections of confetti. So it's fun to work on because you don't get burned out by chunks of color, but you don't get cross-eyed from confetti. So it's a good blend of those techniques. And then the next thing I pulled out was a piece from 2025's Bird Box, which is now will be available at Needlework Marketplace from Michelle Bendy. She's selling this one. It's called Harris Peacock, and it is stunning. Jessie put together a fantastic box this year with like every single design I want to stitch. They're all exactly the same size. They use the same colors. These are Cottage Garden threads, which are gorgeous. The color palette, as you can see, it's bright, it's colorful, it's lovely. This is the fabric that came in the box is from Lap and Loops. It was my first time stitching on fabric from her, and I love it. I think this is called Sunshine Days, which then makes me think of the song from the Brady Bunch. I'm sorry if I just put that earworm in y'all's head. But yeah, I love this piece so much.
So good.
It's still on the whole fabric because I had considered, since all of the pieces from the chart from this box are exactly the same size, I had considered kind of doing it as a sampler where, I put the next one here and then there'd be one right underneath it. But I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to do them all individually and just make little pillows and have them all stuck together in a dough bowl or something. So that's why she's still here on the big piece of fabric, because that decision has yet to be made. But I had so much fun working on this one, and yeah, if you like it, it will be available at Needlework Marketplace if you don't have it from the Bird Box. So, yeah, those are my next 5 pieces.
Lovely. I need more time in the day because every time you show something that I have, like,
I know,
Those
right?
bird box.
I want to start it right now.
There's
I
never
could go
enough time.
start
There's
that right now if I wanted to.
5 more patterns from that box that are absolutely as good as that one. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to finish everything in this pile and then I can go start all
Right.
those.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Here is my Ashan sampler, which was up until this morning, still on a nerd hoop from the last time I stitched on it, which was several months ago. If you recall at that time, I'm like, oh, I'm totally gonna like finish a band a month and I'll be done this year. Yeah. Yeah.
You've made that promise many times.
Eh.
I have, right? Like I completed this. I brought this down. So she's gotten some love this
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
You're more, I think you're farther than me now.
It looks
But
so good. Love your colors.
The floss is hand dyed by Rolanda, and the fabric is fox and rabbit, but I can't think of the fabric name.
Mm.
And I started with a floss of the month club from Rolanda, and then I've added a couple other similar ones to it just because I was worried I would run out.
Mm.
So I just mix and match. I pick with my heart for each one. I love it. I love this band so much.
Mm-hmm. Those
yeah,
bands are
You're
all
not
so
supposed
fun
to
to
have
stitch.
favorites, but I
Yeah.
think so far I've got more to do, right? And then the big flower in the side. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's 40 count, so it's probably not the best travel, but I do plan to take other 40 count things for my travels, so we'll see.
Mm.
Next up is from Blackbird Designs, Blackbird, and this one was a finish. This was
Mm.
on another 32 count picture, this plus whose name I can't think of. And I stitched it with a one-of-a-kind mist dye from Roxy Floss, and it just had these little pops of blue, which just reminded me of blackbirds because they are really black, right? They're iridescent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I love it. It's gonna become a pillow when I actually get things out to make pillows. I have a whole stack of things to be pillows. So.
Same.
Yeah. But it turned
That
out
looks really
so
cool.
great.
Yeah.
And I had started that in 2021, so it's great that is done. Or 2022, but still a long time ago. And then I think I worked on this one subsequent to our last Flosstube, so you haven't seen it this year, but it is Friendship Sampler it's a collaborative design between Michelle at Benny Stitchy and Blue Flower, and now I can't think of her name.
Janine McGowan.
Janine McGowan, yeah. And this came out in 2020, I think. Like it's got 2020 as the date there. I love this so much. On the back, it's got like a drum option, and I had planned to do it as a drum, but I must have miscounted because I don't have enough fabric to do it as a drum unless I cut things out. So I will do it. I could still drum it if I stitch it separately. So I just have to decide. But for Stitching Monopoly, I pulled it out and I finished the border. So I had just like a start on the border, this side, just a start on the border from way back when I started it, and I hadn't touched it since. So that border is now complete for the top part. So yeah, so I can start filling it in the next time I stitch on it. And the fabric's a 46 count that I hand dyed and stained myself, and I was
pretty.
just plain. And then I've basically swapped out all the flosses for things that I had in my stash at the time when I was putting this together. So it will look similar but different when I stitch it. And yeah, it's fun. And I like a boat and a donut. So
you can't go wrong with boats and
it's
donuts.
a good one for that. Yeah. Got up next my heart sampler from Bad Vibes Only. This is on a Jody from Steel City Stitchers fabric that came in a box many years ago. And then I've been stitching it with an assortment of Brennan needles, and I just choose with my heart. I haven't necessarily assigned them to anything in this year. I brought down, so I had this finished. So I've brought it down and brought it over so that I could start the heart. Because for the heart, I really do need the 3 or 4 different shades. So I wanted to make sure that I got that done before I then proceeded to the rest of it. Plus, it'll just be fun to have that done in the middle. So I've done all of one color on it. And so now, with the counting all done, I'm just going to fill in the other 3 or 4. I forget how many it is. Yeah, I love it. This one was not on my plans to finish this year, so I'm not behind on this one.
It's a pretty big one, yeah?
It is. I pulled it out when its birthday happened, and I stitched on it for until that heart was done. So,
it looks great.
Yeah. And then my 5th one for this go round is my Trans Pride tapestry. We know and love it. This is from Uncanny Kari and D of D's 20 Stitches. This was their first collaborative pattern. And we're all very familiar with this one. So I have 100% of the outlining done now.
Woo! That's a lot too.
Right?
It looks so good.
Yeah. So time to fill it in. I'm going to do all the flowers, obviously, and I'm going to do her hair and like her horn and the gold on her collar. And there's a bit of color in the hooves, but the part that's supposed to be white, or is it, what is it that? The diamant, I think is what it's called for. I'm just not going to stitch that part. I think the coloring where she landed on the fabric turned out beautifully. And I don't have to stitch all those stitches in diamant or any other sub.
She'll be perfect.
She's going to be perfect. So this one is a contender for potential travel stitching because it's just figure out what color I need, and it's just fill in. Right? So, and it's 32 count. So
perfect. Yeah.
The fabric, I didn't say, this is a Jessie fabric. It is Sugarlight. And it's just gorgeous. So, and if I get her done, then I'm allowed to start another unicorn because I own all the unicorns. Things picked out for all the unicorns, but they're big. So
they are big.
and I should go and revisit my fabric choices to see if I can potentially also do those ones without filling in the uniform.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Maybe I'll make some.
I like that.
Yeah. I just had that idea. We'll see where it goes.
Thank you for sharing it.
No problem. No problem.
I may steal it.
If you had to fill in one and you didn't fill in any of the others, then it would just look so.
Exactly. Okay, Megan.
Okay. I haven't worked on this one this year, but it is on my list to finish. So this one is Strawberry Fields Forever. You have seen Megan's one that she's working on. You didn't finish it.
No, it'll be up here shortly. I have way less than you.
Yeah, I actually have quite a bit done. And so this was one of the first ones that I ever did on like an even weave. So it's on a 28 even weave. I think it's like vintage beige. So at the time, this was like difficult to work on. But now that I've worked on so many other ones, I'm like, oh, 28 count is so easy. So I think I'll be able to finish this one pretty quickly. You can see that I've already kind of started the windows in my house are there. So I can just fill that in and then finish the border and that big fence, that'll take a while. Yeah. I do really like this one. So yeah, like I said, it's on 28 count vintage beige, and I have the called for, like, well, it's not really called for because it's like a DMC close match, but I think I changed a few of my reds because the DMC that it ended up being was like not quite. So,
looks great.
Do you really want to finish that one this year? Next, so this one is Hildy's Winter Ride from Michelle Bendy. So I got this in the Winter Magic box from what's it called? Starlight Stitching.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked on it a little bit when I first got the box, but I didn't really work on it since then. So, and I'm using some of the the floss that we got in the box, which wasn't the like called for, but it was what Michelle suggested. So like this one instead of the Threadworks for the border, that was in the box. And
Mm.
then this is like a different like variegated blue for her coat. And then and then the bats are in each ball black, so they'll be sprinkled.
Sparkly.
Cute. Love the bats.
Yeah. And this one is a 28 count. I think it's called Haunted. Did I picture this box? So like the white shows up really good. So yeah, this one I am also hoping to finish as like in the winter time because like it's more of a winter piece, but it's definitely on the list to finish.
I think Michelle plans to release him to everybody at some point this year.
I think so.
I don't think he's part of the needlework market releases, but I think she
No.
to like more towards winter.
Winter, yeah.
Give him to the masses.
He's
Yeah, because
cute.
it's been a couple of years since that
Yeah.
box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one I have worked on recently, so this one got called for Stitching Monopoly. Actually, the first three that got called for me were all Witchy Stitcher ones, which is kind of funny. So this is Stitcher's Grimoire, the Witchy Stitcher. And I had to do, I think it was like 200 stitches on it. So I had all the words done and like this top part of the book. And so I did all of this and these two ghosties and this like spool of thread and this devil.
Mm-hmm.
And this is on 20 count future side from Kaylee at the Sewing Shop, and it is called Coordinate. I'm just doing one strand.
So cute.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is a motif Stitcher's Dream. So I can just do. But yeah, I will work on this one more. I do want to finish this one this year. I feel like I'll get that back out in like winter. I didn't find the pictures ahead of time. And I forgot that. My iPad doesn't just like hold on. Deletes. Okay, so this one is, I'm just calling it Welcome Pineapple. And it was from just yeah, it's from Dress Cross Stitch and it is by Perry A. Hattie of Stitch Aura. Anyway, it's a pineapple and I love it. And it has like 50 colors of DMC in it because there's a lot of shading. So I got Kaylee to hit it up for me because I didn't feel like getting all those colors. So I've worked on this just once really since I got it, and I did the most of the words and the darker blue on the bottom. And this is 16 count pickle juice that she dyed just for me, just for this project. And you can buy it in the shop now. Whole new color just for me. And it's actually really small, so it's only going to take up like a tiny little corner of this. Because the model is on like 25 count over 2. So
yeah, it definitely looks like it's gonna be like a massive thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
it really isn't that yeah. So I feel like I could finish it this year, but it's like I said, like it's a lot of shading, so it's a lot of colors. But it is my plan is to finish it. And then so this one I also think I could finish. It's It's not too big. And I've done quite a bit on. So this is the Duckworth Street sampler that D. So Dee designed this for the Brennan Needle brick and mortar shop when they opened, which they have since closed, unfortunately. Oh, there's tomatoes on there too. That's for my tomato. And I'm done. I finished the house, which is the biggest part, and then there's like letters and then just the little motifs and then the border. So I feel like this one could be a quick finish if I focused on it for a while. I'm doing this on, I think this is just like a teal 14 count Ada, not like over dyed. It's just like this wide art. And I think I have most of the called for, and there's just one that I had to swap out, which was the green, which is like a, so they're all Brennan needles called for, and I think I have a couple that I swapped out. But these ones are all called for. So yeah, that one I think I could finish.
That one. It's so cute.
I did the bird for Dee's birthday.
Nice.
And that was the only time I worked out. Not this year, last year. Yeah, that's my 5.
Okay. Amy.
Right. I've worked on this one a couple of times this year. It's my moon phase bell pull. So I started at the bottom and I'm working my way up. So I did this moon and I did the full moon. So now I'm over halfway done with it. And it's on gorgeous 36 count Aurora Borealis from Kaylee at the sewing shop, which she dyed for this project. And now you can buy it in store. It's beautiful to stitch on. And I think it just, every piece is unique and they're all going to look stunning when everybody's done with these. And I'm excited to get this back out and maybe finish it this year. Probably not. Next year, it'll be a finish for sure.
Done the heftiest parts of that
I
stitch,
have.
right?
I've done the heftiest part. So, so basically I just have these 3 moons partial to stitch in reverse up here, and then the rest of the border, which I'm doing the border as I go. So it makes it, not a slog to do the border if I just do a little bit of it. Yeah. So, and I've done all the trees, and my little moose is down there
Hi, friend. You're so cute.
I love him. Yeah. So I love that. It's just, it's a great pattern. It's fun to stitch and it's amazing fabric. So what else can you ask for? And it's 4 colors of DMC. It's perfect pattern.
Yeah.
The next one was a start and finish at a retreat that I went to here in Oklahoma. There's a company called the Stitching Bee out of Texas, and they do retreats in Texas and Oklahoma. Very fun retreat. I've already signed up for next year's retreat in March. And I started and finished this one day at that retreat in March. This is Jessie's pattern called You Are Enough from her last year's Burp box. So you'll see it matches the colors of the chart that I showed a little bit ago from Deanna. Again, just fun, and I love the sentiment. Jessie always has really good words to say, very meaningful, and it's 3 words and it's proper meaningful. So I love this design so much. I need to put this up in my office at work, I think. Yeah, that would be a good one for work. Then I worked on my Autumn is as Joyful from Leela's Studio, which I need to get this back out more because it's never going to get done if I don't. It's huge. And I have just the barest little top corner done. This is my first ever project on 40 count anything. It's 40 count mallow. And I really like it. Using one strand, usually I'm a two-stranded stitcher, but I'm using one strand on this and I like it. I do have to use magnification because my eyes are old, but it's fun to stitch on. Love stitching Quakers. We started this for Stephanie Steph's Pocket Roddy's birthday was it last year or the year before? Might have been the year before.
This last
Oh,
year.
was it? Okay.
Because I'm doing the round robin one.
That's
and we're
right.
the
That's
round
right.
robin. It has not been more than a
Yes.
year. So
Okay. I opted out of the round robin. I just wanted to stitch it for myself, but I love working on it because Steph is just such a great person. She's my carpool buddy. When we go to Stitch North, she picks me up in Buffalo at the airport, and then we hike across the border together, and we have the best time, and I love her. And so I like working on this and thinking about my friend Steph. But it's such a good pattern too. Like, it's time to get it back out. Maybe if I get it back out, it will inspire some autumn weather, right? Stitch it and it will come, that kind of thing. Yeah, but I love the colors in this, very much so. It's beautiful. Then I had a start and finish of Michelle's pattern from this year's X Stitch the Rainbow using the Threadworks palette. This is Stargazing. Love it. I love this. It was so fun to stitch. Michelle's got some specialty stitches in there as well. Fun motifs, little snail on top of the mushroom, just kills me. I love it. And that moon was fun to stitch. I think I want to say I limited myself to maybe 4 patterns, but there's more that I want. I've seen everybody stitching the Twilight Moon from Tiny Modernist, and that's not one of the ones I got, and now I want it.
It wasn't like across the board, very excellent collection.
Yes.
That's not to like just the other collections, but like this one, people like.
Yeah. And the Threadworks colors, I've never stitched with Threadworks before, and they're like 20-yard skeins that you got. So more than enough to do them all. And they're very nice to work with. The colors are great. The variegation in the blue and the purple, just lovely. This was a random piece of fabric that I found in my stash. I don't know. It's probably from Bestitch Me, probably. But I couldn't tell you what the name of it is or anything. It didn't have the tag still on it. Obviously, I stitched something on it at some point because half of it's gone. But I thought it was good for the night garden. And I have enough to stitch for 4 of them, maybe. You could do 6 if I crowd them together, like Michelle. Yeah, I could do. So I could buy some more of them. That's what you're telling me. Yeah. That's what I heard. Yeah. Cool. And then the last one I started was Stitches Be Sweet from Jeanette Douglas Designs. I'm not much of a traditional sampler stitcher. I do like a lot of them. They're beautiful, but they don't call to me as a stitcher. But one of my friends had this chart that she was going to buy at our local needlework store. And I looked at it and immediately it was like, what is that? What is that? I need it. And of course she's like, oh, they have another copy back there, Amy, you should go get it. And so twist my arm. I did. I love Jeanette Douglas too. Her charts are always so sweet, and I love doing specialty stitches, and she always puts a lot of them in her charts. So I just like the colors on this one. I did decide to kit it up with Flosses at Home because I'm a member of Jessie's Silk of the Month Club from Dinky Dyes. So I've got a ton of Dinky Dyes that I love, but I hardly ever use. I hardly ever think about them. So this is all kitted up in Dinky Dyes, as close to the colors as I could find. And I really like it. I'm about halfway across that top border, got the house done, big squirrel, butterfly, love it.
Okay.
So yeah, I really like this. This is another one that I'm putting on 40 count. It's very delicate, and yeah, I really like it a lot. So that will be probably coming out also for sampler September, since I have a proper sampler now to stitch on in sampler September. So yeah, so that's my next 5.
And yeah, I bought, as regular viewers know, I bought Jeanette Douglas stuff when we were at the Stitch and Stash retreat. Directly from her. Have I started it? No. I have it. Oh, yeah.
She's just a lovely person too. Like, such a cool person.
Great to meet her. So my next 5 starts with a finish. So this is Antisocial Cryptid Club from the Witchy Stitcher. As far as I know, this pattern is not available. She had done it for a box or something, and then she had it available to her patrons for a limited time. But I don't think it's going to be available. But it is on the, I always throwback 90s 18 count Ada from Kaylee at the sewing shop, which you can never get right on screen. Like, it's so vibrant.
Yeah, it's I
maybe
can kind of tell right in the in the middle it looks a little but yeah.
This was great fun to stitch. I need to get it finished. However, I'm gonna finish it. I've been looking for like a really chunky frame for it, something like over the top because it's so small. But yeah, that's that one. And I've got a whole bunch of fabric there still attached. This was my second finish, first finish for me for the year. You know it, you love it, the Namarie tapestry. And even though I had big plans to start another Lord of the Rings modern folk embroidery pattern immediately, have I? No, it's all right. But so this was on a one-of-a-kind Roxy. They do have a cocoa, I think it's called, fabric now, which is very close to this. So if you really like this rich brown, which it's gorgeous, they do have one that you can get. And then I stitched it with oyster and asparagus Roxy floss, and then the gold is from Forbidden Fiber Co. And I always forget the name of it. It came in a Hobbit themed box, I think. Yeah, Hobbit something. But yeah.
That's so nice.
My intention had been to have this framed by July when we were supposed to go stay in a Hobbit house, but then the Hobbit house thing the people who were running it sold it. The new people are charging way more to stay there than was previously being charged, and so we did not go because I got grumpy about it. So
that's nice.
They didn't honor the existing pricing. They gave us a discount, but even with the discount, it was significantly more. And it wasn't going to be cheap to begin with, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, like you were already stretching your budget of,
Yeah, it was a splurge, and then it became untenable. Speaking of modern folk embroidery, this is my 2024 stitch along, No Time Like the Present, which all I did this year was there was a bunch of started strands across here, and so I just stitched them all in. So I have January and then part of February and March in the breakdown. So maybe I'll try and keep up with this in 2026. I don't know.
Yeah, you already have a head start.
Right? This is 1/1 on a 20 count. The color and cotton. I forget what it's called. Oh, there. Sandstone. And then the floss is stuff that was in my grandmother's stash. It's a company that doesn't make floss anymore, but there was enough of these 2 colors, so I decided to use it for this.
I like it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure at first how well the different colors were reading, but now that there's more in there,
it's subtle, but it's clearly like a tonal change.
Yeah, I like it. That's good.
Yeah. I only stitched on it for its birthday in January, so maybe it'll see some more love. It was not on my list of things to finish this year. Unsurprisingly, I'm sure. So you already saw Megan's, but this is my Strawberry Fields Forever from Blackbird Designs. This one has also only come out for its birthday, and I only stitched on it the day I started it in 2024, so it's not a massive start. So I had started on the border, and so then now I've extended the border a bit more. This was kitted up in our kitted up swap. So Kim, Crafty Teacher DIYs, Kim, who got to see it in June, which was great. She had me, so she kitted it up with Be Stitch Me. So it's a Be Stitch Me 40 count something, and all Be Stitch Me silks. Kim did her own conversion for it. So
That's a great fabric she chose for
it
it.
is. It is. And this is only going to use half of it. So
Yay.
half. And then she kitted up for herself the same. She's done.
Yeah, I saw her finish that at Stitch North last year, and
Yeah,
it was so
last
good.
year.
So
And I
good.
still had only gotten in like one strand worth of leaves. Yeah, it's dirty or dusty cottage is the fabric from Be Stitch Me. So that one needs some attention. And then my last one in this go around is one that I have on my finish this year one, but I have not been working on it, so I don't know how I'm going to possibly do that. I did work on it for its birthday, and I was like, oh, it'll be so easy to get this done if I just keep doing a chunk a month, and then I haven't touched it again. This is Beautiful Biomes from Pixie Pixel Creations, Christy. This was her 2024 stitch along, and I did start it, and I did the first 2 months, and then I fell off the wagon, and then it's been a roller coaster since then for me. So I will just keep working on it. This one is also with Floss of the Month pack from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. I'm using the darkest color in the pack for the border, and then I'm going to ombre the rest. So January, or I guess it's not January, it wasn't a January to December, but the first biome is in one color, and then both colors are in here, and then this one is one color, and then I'll have 2 colors, so on and so forth through the biomes on this. So
That's gonna look really good.
it's gonna be beautiful when it's done. And this is a winter wren fabric from Fox and Rabbit.
I like those colors a lot.
So will I finish that one this year? Highly unlikely. It's a dark 40 count, so the likelihood of me taking that with me when I go to my trip is very small. So that was 5 for me, so I will bop you over to Megan.
I have another series of Christmassy themed projects that I haven't worked on yet, but that I'm going to finish this year. So this is Marshmallow World by Bendy Stitchy, and I bought the Roxy Floss Co. thread pack and started this at Stitch North in 2020. Maybe it was definitely 2023. And that is where we are at. And I'm still debating if I want to do them all as their own little thing, because I have enough fabric to do it. So this is also 16 count Misty Blue. So I could do 3 little separate things or them all together. But I think I'll finish them in the middle, and then I'll force myself to decide if I want to do them separately or all together. But this one I will finish probably around Christmas this year, or at least in like November. And then my next one, so this one was from the Jingle Ball 3 years ago. Who knows anymore? But this was a set of pillows from Ink Circles.
That's 2023. That's not even
okay. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
that's not so bad. But I had started this one, the anchor one, with the intention of finishing it before the class. Did I? No. Megan finished one and made a pillow.
I finished one. I made a pillow. Have I touched the other 2 since? Absolutely not.
So I'm this close to finishing this one. Pretty dang close.
That's
there's
really
like there's like flowers and like another like lighter color of seaweed that I have to add, but it's like I literally like I'll pick this up and it'll be done in like an hour. Like it's one of those. So anyway, so that'll be done at some point. And for another class that I signed up for that year, so this was the Tiny Modernist bookmark class that she did. So she did these two, she just called them seasonal bookmarks. So I did the winter one, and I basically worked on it like the whole day of the Jingle Ball, trying to finish it before the class, and I got pretty dang close also. I just have to do like whatever. There's some more stuff on the snowman, and then this like branch has like leaves and flowers and stuff on it. And then I think, yeah, there's like some snowflakes or something up there. And then you just have to do the back with like the back stitching so that you can like stitch them together and make your bookmark. I did the class, and she also taught us how to make the tassels for the bookmark. So I have my tassel all done. So it's like, again, like it'll be pretty quick, and I'll be able to like fully finish it. Also from that same year, I took the Jeanette Douglas Specialty Stitches Christmas ornament class. And I worked on this in the class because we were like stitching along with her. And then I just haven't touched it since then. So I did a bunch of the stitches in the class. So like this plant is pretty much done. I think it just needs some leaves. I still have all my threads hanging because we would basically just like do some of the stitches and then like move on to the next. So I just left my threads. But yeah, like there's really not that much for me to do. I have to do a bunch. There's like 3 more of these. No, only 2 more of those, whatever that one is. And then the border is like the herringbone stitch, which is actually really easy to do. So yeah, again, like once I pick it up again, it'll be a quick finish. It's just, I know Amy finished hers.
I didn't do that. That one, I did the one from the next
Oh,
year.
you did the second one, like the tree.
Yeah. That one's cute though. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, I did the second class too, and I started it on the same fabric, but I only did a row of whatever that was. It the Montenegrin?
I did Montenegrin, yeah, the border.
It took me that long to just figure out that row because I kept
that was
it wrong, and I was doing it right, but it just looked weird on mine. Yeah, but anyway, again, I can finish that one, and then this one is from, what is her name? Oh, Stitchy Princess. So this is the Magical Forest from her. It's no longer this one. So I've been working on this one for a while. I don't even know how long. But I really want to finish it this year, and I think I can. Because I've already done this one. So basically it's like the pond. The 2 trees are done. There's like the Baba Yaga house, and then like animals and the border. It's not really that much, but it's a fair amount. This is on 20 count even weave, so it's like pretty interesting. I'm doing over 1 with 2 strands, which if I was gonna do this again, I wouldn't do 2 strands. Like it's very crowded. But I started it when I really didn't know any better, and I've come too far. And I also tried stitching with just 1 strand, and I didn't like the coverage. I think but I think I also am like, back when I started this, I was also pulling my stitches so tight, whereas like I've loosened up a bit, so you can kind of see like the tree is like a little better than this top row. So it's just like a showcase of my development as a stitcher. Really. This point. And now when I go to work on it now, like after having stitched on so many other even weaves and like that kind of stuff, I feel like I'll be so much better at it now. Okay, that's 5 more for me.
All right. So I'm gonna brag on Deanna from Darling and Whimsy again because she started releasing boxes and they're wonderful. Her first box was the dinosaur box, and she did 3 dinosaur quirky Quakers for us. And look at that guy. That's the Stegosaurus. That's the first one that I did. This is a 18 count, 16 count, 18 count.
I think it was 18 count.
From Kaylee. And I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's just a beautiful, like, nice beige background for these glorious dinosaurs. And we used cottage garden threads. They had 3 of the duos for us on these. And he's cute. He's adorable. Love him. And then there's the T-Rex.
Oh, good.
Did that one too. I think I started and finished this one at Stitch North. This was a lobby stitch project from when we were stitching at night in the lobby, and that was fun. I love he's got little claws. They're so cute. But I love these two. They're adorable. They're adorable. You'll see the next one later. But also at Stitch North, I worked on my Namarie, which is not done. And I'm very late on it. I'm saving the words in the middle for last because that's kind of my favorite part of the pattern. I worked a lot on this down here, the squiggly dragon down there at Stitch North. Got most of it done and finished this side border here. So I'm ready to like bring it all the way down and do the whole bottom of it now. This one, when I get it out, I get a lot of stitches in on it like really quick because it's for the most part monochromatic. I'm doing it on a one of a kind 32 count from Roxy, and the colors are jade, and then there's purple in it as well. I guess I could hold it the right way up. The purple in it is called Thistle, which is a discontinued Roxy Flosco. So I bought all of it that I could. I think I'm going to do the words in the Thistle. I think I should have enough for that. And then some of the other baubles in the bottom of the chart will be in the purple as well. But I love this. Love it. You've seen it finished. It's a great pattern. Yeah. Just need to work on it more, as always. And then at Stitch North, I had a SAF of Jessie's pattern from the box that she gave, or from the swag bag that we got, called Thank You for Existing. And it's just, I don't know if you can see that because it's got some glare from the window, but it's just simple words. I did it. She gave us the fabric as well, a little fabric swatch from her fabric extras to stitch it on. And I bought this gloriousness from Hand Dyed by Rolanda at Stitch North. And so I decided to use it. And I am constantly inspired when I see Kaylee Cross Stitch and Not Stitchy Nutty. I'm just in awe of their tiny stitching. So I stitched it 1/1. It's not tiny, tiny, but it's tiny for me. Yeah. And then I found a cool frame at Goodwill and framed it the other night. So yeah, it's a little crooked, but whatever. It's fine. And then the last one for this round was another one that I started at Stitch North. I've had this pattern for a very long time, since it came out, and I've wanted to stitch it. And I decided to start it at Stitch North. Michelle Bendy Stitchy gave me this fabric. We did like a friend smalls exchange, and this was part of my gift from her. And so I took this fabric and I kitted the whole thing up in Roxy Flosco when I was there. Kind of did my own conversion for it and started it. Of course, had to get a picture with Nuri while I was there, of course, because
it's beautiful.
I love this chart. It was super fun to stitch. Look at those bees. They're just so cool. They're so good. And she got a frame last night. So yeah.
That's perfect.
I've been thrifting a lot of frames lately. I went to 6 thrift stores yesterday and found quite a few frames. So this one got framed last night, and yeah, I love it. I love the bright colors in this one. So yeah, so that's my next 5 pieces.
Another designer where I just want to stitch everything.
Absolutely everything.
Half hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
This is Pirate Quaker from Bendy Stitchy Designs. It is in the called for cottage garden threads, and it's on a 18 or 20 count Murky by Picture This Plus. I finished this in April, I want to say, April or May. And I loved stitching it. This little rat kills me every time.
Isn't he great?
So good. Lovely. And then I've got so much of this floss left. So much. It is the colors came from the palette for the Hearts for Pam box. So I've got extra floss for some of the colors in that box. Whenever I get around to starting those patterns.
Yeah.
I put in like 1 hour of stitching on my Cat Quest, which was the 2024 Spring Fling pattern from Dee and Kari. And so I'm up in this corner. And I think I've talked about how I think I'm going to not stitch the whole thing. I'm going to bring these adventuring cats up somehow. So I have to figure that out still, what I'm going to do with that. Because I do really like it, but I just I don't need a castle, but I need those cats.
The cats are adorable.
Yeah. And the fabric is 36 count parchment from LG Ross, and the flosses were also dyed by LG Ross. So Amy mentioned them earlier in relation to Stitch for Pride 2025. So this was the first foray into hand-dyed things, and I haven't seen any more.
Yeah. His flosses are really lovely.
They're great.
Yeah.
I do think that Canada is struggling with supply things, so that could be part of it, or maybe just decided that it's not a full-time thing. The next one up is from Light of the Moon Studios. It's Drifting Dream. This is so our friend Allie is the designer of Light of the Moon Studios. We love you, Allie. It's you. And it's on a Kaylee 10 stitch fabric. This is from Kaylee's ice dyed box, which I think you can still order the boxes. I think she sort of puts them together when people order them. So if you're into it. And it's DMC. And it's a 20 count, so it's teeny tiny. So I'll finish this for a wintry ornament. And then I handed off the pattern and the rest of the fabric to Megan when I saw her in June. So,
and I will stitch it someday.
It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, that little
it is really nice
snowflake. Next up is another Nuri pattern. This is the Freedom Motif Sampler, and I don't have my picture available for it, but if you haven't seen it, you can easily just look up Shaded Stitchery Freedom Motif Sampler and you will see it. I had done just a small start on this last year, and then I pulled it out and I finished off whatever I had on my thread of the 3799, and then I added in all this blue when we were at the Stitch and Stash retreat in June, because we were there over Juneteenth, and it's always good to stitch and reflect on that day. And so I've got 2 blues in there. You can't necessarily super tell. One is a Rolanda, and one is some, I think it's Peacock Mississauga silk that my friend Amy gave to me.
That's me.
That she stitched her pandemic in. And so I'm using those 2 blues for that. And then it becomes these cascading waterfalls. So more blue to come, along with, everything else on that fabric. And it's Freedom Motif Sampler. It's all the motifs have meaning for people who were freed from being enslaved in America. So if you're interested in that, Nuri did as she was, I forget if it was as she was stitching it or sort of after it was released, but posted some of the meaning behind the different motifs. So you can check out.
I think it was after. I think it would have already been out for a little while
Yeah,
when I remember seeing it.
yeah. But yeah, so if you couldn't tell, we love a stitching project with some learning around here. So
Mhm.
then my last one for this go around is Under the Sea, which I also don't have a cover for, but it's Una Buena Piazza is the designer, and it's just going to be this long ocean scene. I'll start to on the side. There's a bit of beach that goes down with it, and then the ocean gets deeper and deeper with creatures at their relative levels. Yeah, so this is on a 20, maybe 18 count. I think 18 count Calypso from Kaylee at the sewing shop. Kaylee also does these needle minders with stamps, and that's got Captain Canuck on it, who I think needs to make a comeback. Um, and yeah, so it's just DMC on there. So I've just been sort of picking a color and then stitching until I'm done with that length of floss and then picking another color. And I'll just do that the whole way down. It's a little too far to color complete. That would be a lot of counting. Yeah, it's fun. I like stitching on it. It's relatively big. Like it's not huge, but it's not small either. So it'll be a multi-year project, and that's fine. But yeah, that is my next 5. So I'll bring Megan to the front and center.
I have 5 more whips that are things that I am going to finish this year, and then I will get into my finishes from this year. So this is Treasure Island by Elf Forest Embroidery, which I started just beginning of 2024, maybe. And I don't remember the last time I worked. I have to consult my, but this is where we're at, and I would really like to finish it this year. Um, so yeah, it's got the most of any of the ones that I'm planning to finish for sure. Like it's pretty big, but this is where the top of the treasure chest is, or the treasure map, and then at the bottom is like there's a lot of, it's a big chunk of jeez, it's like there we go, there we go. Yeah, there's just a lot of at the bottom. It's like at the island, but yeah. And I'm doing this on 18 count Rustico with 1 strand of over dyed floss, and I think there's some just regular DMC for like some of the smaller bits. I really like it. I love this big ship in the middle. That was a lot of fun to do. And these little sea creatures.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I love working on it. It's just like daunting. So, and I've seen a couple people that have finished it, and I'm like, oh, I want to finish mine. And I'm definitely like, this will probably be the only Elf Forest like full year one that I ever do because they're pretty
Big,
big.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's on the list to finish, and it's like the biggest one that I'm gonna try to finish. The next one that I have worked on this year. So this is the Festive Frosted Pumpkin Cottage from the Witchy Stitcher, which I started stitching it as the regular Frosted Pumpkin Cottage, but then she released this like Christmas version. And I was like, oh, I'm doing the Christmas version. So I had to make a few adjustments to what I had already done, but that's okay. And this is where I'm at. So since I'm doing this with 2 strands over 1, I had to do 200 stitches for Monopoly, and I did 400 half stitches. And I did quite a bit. Like this whole bottom part of the house was, and part of this tree. So it's over 1 on 28 count, which when I first started it again, like I was like, oh my God, 28 count, that's crazy. But now after stitching on like 40 count, I'm like, okay, 28 count, great. Like so it's gone a lot, like working on it this last time was a lot faster and a lot smoother than the last couple of times. So Monopoly will help me to finish this one, I think. It keeps getting called. And my last three are so close to being finished that it's honestly embarrassing and ridiculous. For example, this one, it just needs beads. It's needed beads since January of this year. But I want to iron it before I put the beads on it. So, you know, when am I going to get my iron out? Who knows? And then this one also is mostly done. I keep saying it only needs back stitching, but there actually is a little bit of stitching left because there's like these words here, and then there's like another leaf or something somewhere that I have to do. But it's pretty dang close as well. And then it does a lot of back stitching.
I can't remember where the leaf is, but I don't know if you have to do it.
I think it's right here. I think it's at the start of the words.
It might not need it, depending on.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because I do it because there is like the words are like half stitched, half back stitched as well. So if the colors are similar, then I might just do it. Okay. Because I think I even saved the two colors that I needed or whatever. I put everything else away.
So pretty.
And then my last one, this one I was working on very recently and finished all of the regular stitching on. So this is my patchwork turtle.
Oh, good.
And he just needs some back stitching. Because all of these like quilt squares are kind of like blocked around. And then in his face and his legs, there's a bit of back stitching. His flippers. So it's just black left, and I think it'll look really good. With the,
gonna be so.
Already looks.
He's beautiful.
And then I want to finish it as like a patchwork quilt, like so, especially because I have such a terrible margin over here, and I'll just be able to like sew some fabric around it. He also needs to be ironed. All right, and so yeah, those are my last 5 whips that I want to finish this year. Some of them are a little closer than others.
Doable though.
It's not a challenge if you don't feel challenged.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, I think you're doing great.
This turtle was a lot of stitching.
Yeah.
Recently.
It's really pretty though.
Second half of that shell took a while.
Okay, Amy.
All right. Back to prehistoric times. We go for a pterodactyl. I think this was my favorite one to stitch. I mean, I love them all, but I like the colors in this one especially. He's so cute, so fun. Yeah. I don't know what sound they make, but that's what's in my head. I love it. I love that one. And then I also did Quirky Quaker, the Heart in Hand that came in the Hearts for Hand box. I did not do it in the called for colors, though. I did it in, I don't remember what I did it in, but it's kind of a pink and then a pink and purple variegated that is really pretty. Probably Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers if I had to guess. But it should be on my Instagram if you really, really want to know. Or you can ask. Yeah. But I like this one. This one was fun to stitch. I think I did a lot of this at work when I was on like Zoom calls and meetings and stuff that I didn't have to actively participate in. So yeah, that was good. Good work stitching. And then I have to open up my Miriam bag.
Oh,
for all 5 of the Miriam projects that I'm in. Kaylee Tent Stitch bag, by the way, holds tons of projects, so it's great for because I can't stop stitching Miriam patterns because she won't stop designing great patterns, which is not a problem at all. I did work on, you saw Megan's earlier, I worked on my Afshan sampler as well. I don't know how well it's showing up there, but I am all the way across the top. So the top two borders or the top two bands are done, and working my way across on the others. And then I have a little bit of the ones down the side done. I based it all off of this hand dyed by Rolanda color in the border that I'm doing all the borders on in. And then kind of just picked out other flosses that matched those. This is a piece of Sugar Light as well from Jessie at Miss Lay Pages, which I think looks great on there. So this was going to be a finish in 25, 26.
You can both finish.
Let's say 20. Yeah, let's say 26. Because also I have all of these. This is one I pulled out prior to June. This is Child of the Rainbow, which is a really cool design. It's just got all of these rainbow borders, different borders, which are so fun to stitch. And then there's a word that you can stitch out. She's got a couple of different options in the middle. It's going to be pretty big. So I think the purple one is all the way down the side. So that's, so the others will come down to meet it. But it's so fun to stitch on this. Just doing a color at a time, getting a strand of red, a strand of orange, a strand of yellow. And of course, Miriam's borders are perfection, and they're fun to stitch. So I like that one. That one will come out again. But then she released another one for Pride for this month or this year, which is also just stunning. It's called Against the World. Very beautiful, very meaningful, a lot of symbolism in there. If you haven't seen her latest Flosstube, she talks a lot about it, and it's really powerful. And again, I put it on a Jessie fabric, black sulky, just doing it monochromatic, which is unusual for me. Very unusual, but I have about the first page and a half done, I think, of this. So it'll be, another medium-sized one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying stitching on this. Another one that has like a lot of cool borders and motifs and stuff on it. So that'll be fun to get back out and work on. So those are my next 5.
Awesome. I started that one too, the Against the World one, but I started it when I was in a vehicle and I miscounted something and I haven't gone back to it. So I don't consider it was such I need to go back and figure out where I'm at and then restart it and then for official. But it was definitely an instant buy and instant hit up. You just saw Amy's. This is my moon phase alcohol. So I basically have everything Amy has left to stitch.
Yeah.
I
stitch them together. It'll be done.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure mine's 36 count too. Yeah, it is. We could do that.
There you go.
Yeah. So this is, I had intentions and my intentions didn't intend. But I still love it. It'll get done. My little moose friend will be hanging out down here somewhere when the time comes. And yeah, its birthday is this month, so I think Tuesdays. Moon. I don't know. I'm gonna work on it this month for sure and see how much more I can put into it. And then I'll just keep working at it. Then I have another finish. So this is Autumn Orchard from Max at Pigeon Coop Designs. It's on a 18 count partridge from Kaylee at the sewing shop in the called for DMCs, because with Max you don't necessarily want to change the colors, although I really like what Jason Cross Stitches did where he took the tones but switched
the red
color. That seems like a fun experiment. So we'll see. I've got a whole book of patterns, so eventually I'll start another pigeon coop pattern, but I love how this turned out. Now that it's getting autumnal, I should also figure out how I'm going to finish it so I can
Mm.
Put it up in my house. And then like everything else that gets finished and put up, then it lives all year. Another finish is Toonies,
Yay.
which was D and Kari pattern for Stitch North 2023. I stitch it the fabric. This is a Roxy Floss Co. They gave it a name at Stitch North, and I can't remember what it is, but I don't think
Is
it's
it
a regular.
Razzmatazz or
Yeah,
something?
yeah,
Is it
but I
that
don't think
one?
it's a
Oh.
regular one in the line. They have something similar though too. It was a misdye, and then I did it in the called for Brennan needles. With the exception that this little guy's done in Whisper.
Mm.
So he's fuzzy like a baby loon's supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
and
So cute.
my counting's a little messed up, so my neck looks different than everybody else's neck, but it's still a loon, so it's good.
I never would have known.
Mm-mm.
He looks
I did
funny.
know. I told you when I did it.
Good.
Don't you remember every single thing I tell you?
Oops.
Of course.
But I love it.
Have it away.
I need to put it in a frame. I definitely trimmed this fabric a little too small when I trimmed it, but I can still frame that. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Wrap some duct tape around it. It'll be fine.
Right? And I gotta do it without glass so you can feel the fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. So my next finish was my first tail end project, which I put into my journal. So you saw it on our last Flosstube. This is Odd World from Michelle Bendy, obscuring the note that I bullied her into writing for me in my journal. We were together in June. So it's a little bit of everything on here, and it's on a Kaylee fabric. Yeah. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I have not put anything else in my journal yet, but we've seen several things that could be journaled. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to throw that on the pile. So that was my next 5. So back over to Megan.
Well, so now we're moving into finishes from this year. So these are not in order, they're just in order of when I grabbed them. This is Funky Peacock from Marumi Designs, and I stitched it on 20 count. Yeah, it's 20 count like Hardanger kind of with Gentle Arts Island Blue for this turquoise color, and then this blue is something else.
It was a sulky, but like not a,
Mm.
wasn't it? Was it not that thin sulky?
No, that was on something else. That was on the Happy Eat one.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I
Never
think
mind.
this.
Ignore
I
me.
think this might be. See, it's in my Notion. I don't know. I'll look it up. If anyone wants to know, I can find it. I think it's another over dyed, but I can't remember. Anyway, so that's finished on the one. I also finished this year my swans from the Cottage Garden Year in the Woods, the first one.
Just time for 12 more to come out.
All right.
This is the only one that I've started and finished so far, and I have like 6 of them. This is on 16 count Mirage from Picture This Plus, which was the called for, and it's with all the called for DMC except for I think the dark green was just like the closest DMC that I had at the time. This one also technically needs beads, but it is in the finish pile because it only needs 2 beads. I think it came with 3, but I'm only going to use 2 of them because it's like the doorknobs on some of the houses, and they're more like buttons than beads. So I'm going to put them on when I finish it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Big Hearted Tiny Town from Heart in Hand. And it is done on 28 count vintage beige with a close approximation of the called for DMCs. Again, just whatever DMCs I had. And this is another Marumi Designs. This is Mother Earth from the Earth Day bundle. This is on 18 count Rustico with the model stitched green silky, which was called like Forever Greens or something, and then I did just a solid color green silky for the border.
Turned out beautiful.
Mhm.
And this one, I started on the cruise with Kim
Mhm.
as our roommate Stitch, and it is Mouse's Beach Hut from Tiny Modernist, and I used a pack of cotton thread that I got when I was in Germany, because I wanted to use them all together for something, so I changed all the colors. And it's just like a 14 count, like beige. And I finally finished it this year.
Cute.
She finished hers like right away.
Of course. Her needles are on fire always.
So that's 5 finishes for me.
Right. I had some more travel stitching because we went on a family road trip. And as if you know me at all, you know that Quirky Quickers are my travel stitching. So I did Luna Moth
So good.
first. I love Luna Moth. So cute. And all these fabrics are either a Be Stitch Me or Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers, just from my stash. So I'm not sure what it's called, but and most of the flosses are Fiberlicious. Love her. Love the Luna Moth.
So good.
So that was the first one that I finished on vacation. And then I started Deanna did a Quirky Quicker stitching one with scissors, and it's in a hoop. So it's so cute how she did this. I love it. So I did that one in just some Fiberlicious flosses that I had that I really liked, the variegation and colors and stuff. So yeah, did that one. And then the next one I did, Deanna released this for, Palestine awareness of what's going on there, which that situation has just continued to not get better at all, get worse. So I stitched this one as well. The red and the green are both Pirate Robin flosses, which I love. So this was a really good, meaningful stitch. Liked that one a lot. And then you saw Megan's finish of Pirate Quicker. Here's my finish of Pirate Quicker. It's not completely FFO'd because I got plans for it, but I did lace. Look, Ma, no duct tape. It's laced. I did lace it up last night, so it's ready to go in its special box. I have plans. I know. I'm so excited about this. I have to go to Michael's today because I don't have a box big enough. But so the reason I've been framing things and doing all this FFOing is it's Oklahoma State Fair season. So our entries were due, registration closed on Friday. So I entered 9 pieces.
Oh, wow.
And like 3 or 4 of them are completely FFO'd. And they're due at the fair next Sunday. So I have a week to FFO quite a few more pieces, but I got this. I'm not worried. So yeah, so this one's in progress and I'm excited to finish it. Stay tuned. Check out the Instagram for the fully finish if it happens. It will happen. And then the next one I jumped on the Cherry Magpie bandwagon because I saw a million people start it at Stitch North and I wanted to be part of the club too. I did not start it at Stitch North because I knew that I had this fabric at home, which is Be Stitch Me Lilith. It's an 18 count. And I thought that's going to be perfect. So I did not buy, even though I was very tempted to buy the Roxy Flosco fabric. I did not. I used this and I was going to use everything from Stash. And then I went and did a whole Cosmo conversion instead at my local needlework store. So yeah, so it's all Cosmo flosses except for the really bright pink, which is a Fiberlicious. I thought it popped off the fabric a little bit better. So this is so fun. And I want to get this done so I can start blueberry. What is it? Blueberry J.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Jet X Stitch. There's several of hers at market that I want.
I'm just ignoring that market's even happening. That's where I landed on that.
I gotta tell you though, this is fun to stitch. It's so fun.
I believe you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
started with Scorpion one at Stitch North,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I want to start all of the ones I
Right?
find.
I mean, I like her style and just the way that you stitch it is it's just fun. It's fun, it's interesting. I can't wait to get to the bird at the bottom. That's going to be fun to stitch. So yeah, but again, I want to finish that before I buy Blueberry J. But it's going to happen. So yeah, it's got to happen. So those are my next 5.
My turn.
This one was actually further in my pile, but I pulled it up because
Yay!
I also finished Pirate Quaker. This is one of my more recent finishes. I finished this at, maybe not at Stitches Edge. I think I finished it the afternoon that afterwards because we had a little bit more stitching time. Because Michelle and I stayed for like an extra day after everyone else left. I think I finished it in the hotel. So- No, I didn't. I finished it at my guild when I got back. Yeah, that's right. I finished it at my guild because I remember working on this at my guild. Yeah, I only had like the compass part left and this wheel. Everything else was done.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna finish mine. I was thinking of doing it like kind of like a scroll so that it looks
That
like
would be cool.
like that because I do have like quite a bit on the top and bottom still. Like
Mhm.
I think that would be cool.
That would be cool.
And then I also finished this year. This is greenwashing from Sprouting Lupin, which I've been saying lupine as well. Apparently it's lupin. This was also part of the Earth Day bundle. And mine is entirely in not called for colors. So I basically picked this variegated DMC with the green and the purple, and then picked a color palette that matched that kind of. And I'm of two minds. I want to either try to turn this into a round pillow or get someone to make me a bag out of it.
Mm.
I haven't decided.
Both good
I have a
options.
few that I think would be cute bags. And then I finished this one at Stitch and Stash in March, I think. So this is Flamingos All the Way by Hands On Design. And I gave the pattern to my friend because she had there's a series. This is like 3 flamingo ornament ones, and she had the other 2, but she didn't have this one, and I had the paper pattern, so I gave it to her. And I think I'm gonna use this as my small because we're doing an ornament exchange at the heel stitch in November. So I think I'll finish as an ornament and then give it away. Because I really don't need any more ornaments. I have so many. And then so this will be 4. So this is Sailor's Delight from D and Party. I used pretty close to the DMC, if not the called for DMC, and I also use a little bit of the ball, which I stole from Megan because she did hers all sparkly. And this is on a very nice, beautiful fabric from Fangirl Fibers that I have quite a bit left of still.
That's pretty.
And 5 is Funky Menagerie by Lynn Stitches. This one I started so long ago and then I restarted it. And so that was good to finally finish. I have a frame that I think will work for this one, but I haven't decided yet. Or maybe a pillow or something. Yeah, this is an 18 count. This is just like a gray swag art, and then it's all the called for games. There we go. 5 finishes.
More whips. I have we've hit 2025 for my whips now.
Yay.
These are all now things that I have started this year, and some of them finished this year. So this was my New Year, new whip start, which is Chatelain's Octopus's Treasure Cave. And so I've got this whole border done, and then I've got the back stitching done in 2 waves, and there's 2 more waves of back stitching done, which is sort of like what I put as my personal goal for the year to get those done. Then there's like these beaded things that come out of the corner, so those will go in last. But then I can move into the jellyfish and the octopus that go in there next year. But
So good.
there's dinky dyes in there. There's Gloriana, including like this is a petite treasure braid Gloriana or a petite pearl or something, not treasure braid. Yeah, I dyed this myself. It's a 28 count Monaco that I dyed. And it just, I'm loving it. I love it so much. There's different specialty stitches in each of the 4 borders. The design of the back stitch is different in each of the waves.
That's
Like,
cool.
details that you don't really notice until you're actually working on it. So, yeah.
And it all comes together.
As far as chatelaines go, it's very small, relatively small. So, I'm not upset about the size of it. It will still be a multiple year project, though. Then I have my Acorns and Friends that I worked on just this week. It's Lola Crow cross stitch. This was the 2024 Acorn Gathering exclusive from Acorn and Threads in Oregon. But this is being released at Needlework Marketplace. So if you've been waiting for this, the time is now. I've got quite a bit done on it. I did not use the fabric that came with it. Instead, I switched it out for this Kaylee 10 stitch one that has clouds because it was perfect. So I positioned it so I've got sort of a full cloud background there. I had this out this week, even for like last weekend, for Monopoly stitching, and I had to do, I think it was 600 stitches, 500 or 600 stitches. And so I put in some more browns over here, but then I came over and like this whole tree has one color in it, and I'm working on a second color. So like that got me a lot of stitches on this project, right? And then that's going to be the size of it. But this whole bottom is full coverage. So there's a lot left to go on it. But I love it. I love it. Then I started my Stitch for Pride 2025 in February once I had my fabric from Jessie, and I missed the first go at the floss, so I was in the second round for the floss. So both my fabric and my floss came near to the end of January. And I've done January, February, March, and April. And I'm keeping up with the learning as it comes out, but I have not kept up with the stitching. So this is, I got my fabric on the 40 count for doll. So it's still a 40 count, but it's not as dark, if you recall Amy's.
It's like black.
Yeah.
The flosses look good on there too.
They look fantastic.
Yeah.
So my plan is to take this with me on my trip. So I will have, what did I count? 6 months worth of patterns by the time I leave that I mean, I might stitch on it before then. I'm not going to be like, I can't stitch on it until then. And then a 7th one will come out while I am gone. So this will be a good pattern to take that will have a lot of things to do, but it won't feel like I'm stitching on one thing because I'll do each of them separately. So my goal is to get caught up on this while I'm away so that I can finish it on time this year. So
yeah.
Wish me luck. I'm also going to leave because it's 40 count. There's enough to do it again. I'm going to leave the second half of the fabric and a chunk of each floss color with Helen, who did purchase the pattern this year but hasn't been stitching it. So she'll have her supplies when she's ready if she wants to stitch it on the called for, or she can use it for something else. So once I give it to her, it's hers. I don't make decisions for her. I started from the first bird box, I started Rebirth, which was the D and Kari pattern from that box, which I believe you can get this from them now. I think they've
Yeah,
released it.
it's on the website.
Yeah. So if you like it. So I'm stitching it on the called for fabric, in the called for dinky dyes, and I have to get this one done before I go, or at least finish it while I'm gone, because I'm gonna again leave it with Helen. I speaking of really bad border placement, so I'm confident because this is the bottom now here. It's got to come across. So I'm sure that Helen will be able to make do with the other half because she can position it, she can center it better than me, and she'll be fine.
It does look really cool with that blue streak through the middle, though.
I think I was probably doing that, but I also knew when I started it, like I started it because I was like, oh hey, I should stitch it because Helen was saying that she wanted it, right? So I was like, oh, I can stitch it and bring it to you. So it's not like I didn't know that I was going to share. I still just I started it in a hotel room, so I'm going to use that.
There you go. There you go.
On that one.
Yeah.
But it's with the called for dinky dyes, which I haven't stitched the peacocks yet that Amy showed way at the start of this, if you're still watching us. But I want to do it in the Cosmo floss conversion colors anyway, so I have the fabric and the dinky dyes with Helen, so she'll have her whole kit for that one too. Gonna have so much room in my bag to bring things back.
Right?
Yeah, this is great planning.
Very, very.
It's great. That was 4, so one more. So this one is one that I also started relative to my upcoming travels. This is a pattern that Helen brought to Stitch North for the freebie table, and I grabbed it before she put it on the table. It's Plum Street Samplers, Miss Lucian's School for Girls Lesson 1. It says trick or treat, stitches neat or prickly needles stick your feet. Helen finished hers in like a perfectly sized long frame, which she bought 2 of, thinking that a different pattern would fit in it, and the other pattern did not. And so I'm stitching this, and she's going to give me that frame. I don't know if I'll be done. Also, look at this board. There is more. No, there isn't. I don't know what I was doing. That border is also ridiculous at the top. Maybe I will pick it out and restart it because it is only one length that I put in there. This is I don't even know what this fabric is. It's something. It is a something. If you really want to know, I will tell you. And I did my own color conversion just because I literally had none of the classic color works it calls for, and it's so old it calls for crescent color works anyway, so they probably don't even look the same. But I just went by vibes from the front. So
The best way.
This might be a restart. That's hilarious. I was not in a hotel room for that one, so I have 0 excuses. I think that was 5 more, so I'll pass it. We got a little out of order, so I'm gonna bump.
Yeah, I just realized. I think I took someone's turn.
You totally did, and I swapped the thing because I thought you were just gonna show your pirate Quaker, and then you just kept going. So we went with it. We went with it. It was all good.
It's okay. Everything's good.
I only have 6 left now, by the way, so I'll just do all mine in a row. How many? Do you guys know how many you have left?
I have 8.
Okay.
I have 10-ish, around 10. So we'll get back in order. After Amy goes, I'll go, and then we should have one go.
Perfect.
Yeah, that'll.
Okay. All right. So me?
Yes.
This was another travel stitching piece from Deanna, Darling and Whimsy. This was a freebie on her Patreon.
Oranges.
Right? Yeah, orange. This was shortly after some events here in the United States that took place in January. And do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Very important lesson. Also, there's some Morse code around the border. And if you want to look it up, feel free, because you should. It's great. So I stitched this as I was traveling to another work conference in Boston, and had a great time stitching it in the airport, and just kind of hoping people could read it, because both of the messages on here are very important. Thanks, Deanna. Love you. Yeah, so those are just flosses from Stash. But yes, orange is important in that. And then I started this one in Boston, Corky Quaker Mouse. Oh my God, it's so cute. Exclusive from Abby at Top Knot Stitcher Shop. I think it's still exclusive through her shop. So you should go buy it from her. And it's so cute. And I don't know why I felt it was appropriate to start in Boston. The mouse, I just felt like a Boston stitch.
All right.
It was my first time to Boston, and yeah, it just felt right. And I love this little guy. So cute. So cute. And then, like I said, I've done a lot of traveling for work this year, like much more than normal. 3 days after I got home from Boston, I was on another plane to San Diego, and the puffer fish felt right to stitch for that trip to San Diego. So I said in my Instagram post that I don't want to pick favorites of the Quirky Quakers, but look at this guy.
Face
Look,
on this one, the face. It
look,
just
right?
Yeah.
Look at that face.
How could you eat that? Precious.
Just genius.
Mm-hmm.
I just love this one. I love it. The back stitching too. It's very minimal, but it just like makes it sing. Love that so much. And then the piece that I started in the hotels I was staying at and worked on until it was done. This was a freebie on Michelle Bendy Stitchy's Patreon. Do justice, love mercy, walk humbly. Love that quote. Very bold statement. Wanted it to be bold. I had picked out this floss color, which is Pirate and Robin Cobalt, which if we're going to do this monochromatically on a 32 count, I think I have 3 strands of this left. And I definitely want more because it's such a bright color. And I played around with a lot of different fabrics. And this one was hanging out. And I just kind of looked at it and set the blue down on it. And I was like, pa-pow, that's it. This is called 80s Pink, appropriately named, from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. Picked this up at Stitch North. I came around the corner and she kind of had it out on the table, like right out in front. And it smacked me in the face and said, "You need me." So I bought it. This is another one.
A lot.
Yeah, it does. This is another one that is headed to the fair. It's not in a frame. This was why I went to 6 thrift stores yesterday, trying to find the perfect 6x6 frame. And I have not found it yet. So I have a week to find that perfect frame, but I think I can do it. I have a couple that will work, but they're not exactly the right size. So in a pinch, I can make it work for the fair, but I love that. I love the design of it, the sentiment, everything, the colors, everything. And then something I started relatively recently, I used to be in Tracy Horner's Patreon from Ink Circles, and she gave us really cool charts every month. So this is Drum Roll from May of 2021. Really cool. She's got it where you can do it as a 3-color thing, but I'm doing it, we're going to call it monochromatic, but this is my monochromatic. So, it's one floss.
One color.
Yeah, and I'm doing it on a purple fabric that I got in a mermaid box a long time ago from Under the Sea Fabrics. We are having the local-ish needle workshop that I go to called Prairie Primitives. It's about an hour from me. It's in the middle of a cow pasture. It's so cool. She does a retreat every year in October. And last year we got to learn how to do hardanger, which was really stressful, but cool. And this year we got to vote on whether we wanted to do a berry finishing class or a drum finishing class. And most people wanted to do a drum finishing class. So we're supposed to stitch the top of the drum and then bring it in October and they will show us how to put it together in a drum. I've never done a drum before, so I'm really excited. And I mean, it's called drum roll, so I just thought it was perfect. Yeah, so that will be my top of the drum finish for the October retreat. So stay tuned. And that is
seeing your drum at our year-end / start of year.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it'll be fully finished by then.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. But that's my next 5.
Okay. So back to me again. Next up I have my Ramadan Tatrees, which was a 30-day Ramadan stitch along with Lena's Thobe on Instagram. I did it in 3 sulky colors, and I just appreciated being able to just meditate out with this every day. They were just little chunks. So some days there was very little, some days there was a lot of stitching, but I kept up with it, and so there it is. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. It's really close to the border here. I don't know. I could still frame that. I could make it happen. If I decide.
Beautiful.
It's not quite a square, so the frame sizing might be questionable, but I love it. I don't know if she'll do one again this year, but if she does, I will definitely jump on that. And then this, I should have taken it out ahead of time, but you all know what it looks like. I'm going to take it kind of out. This is my extraordinary bird, which I am not up to date on. I do have the top of the bird cage, and I've got my I can't think of the name, vampire vulture, Dracula vulture, whatever he is over there, owl. I've been working on our emu friend, bits and pieces of other birds down here, but it's Lola Crow cross stitch, extraordinary bird stitch along. There is a lot more already dropped. I don't even know where we are in the stitch along, like how close we are to the end. I'm clearly not going to be finished on time, but it's really just pleasurable to stitch. And at this point, I kind of feel like I might just wait until the last drop comes out, and then I can reload it into my markup RX, mark off everything that's done, and then just color complete essentially from there. I have most of the things. I've got a little bit like this has to come up still, and then I haven't put in the last side of the bird cage on that end, but I'm close enough that it doesn't come all the way down, but there'll be something there if it's not already released there. This week there's a flower hanger in the center with hummingbirds. Last week we got dinosaurs because dinosaurs.
Of course.
I think is it Lollipop Stitches? Is that her
Oh yeah,
name?
she's probably up to date.
She's almost finished. Yeah.
So she does.
Yeah, because I just happened to see a picture from her like a day or 2 ago, and it was like pretty close to done. So I think you're getting close to the end there.
Next up on my list is my Do Justice. You've just seen it from Amy. I just have this little corner done. This is my new tail end project. I have a lot of tail ends that I have not stitched in here yet. So at a certain point, I will sit down and do a bunch, but I'm just working on that first motif. And so I'll just keep working
great
on
one
it
for a tail end.
till it's done. Yeah, right? Like the dramatic. But like Amy, it really spoke to me. And so I'm keen to get it done so I can display it somewhere. And this piece of Kaylee 10 stitch fabric has done me well. So I had Oddworld on here. I have my Ramadan Tatrees on here. So now I have this, but this will only come here. I'll be able to put something else still on here. Those skinny fat quarters, you might look at it and go, what can I do? Well, you can do a lot of smalls if you don't have something long to put on it. That was 3 things. I might just do 3 in a row because they're in a row and they're all on the same piece of fabric. And you've already seen Amy's. So these are my Stegosaurus, Pterodactyl, and T-Rex Quirky Quakers from the Dinosaur Quirky Quaker box.
I need to do mine.
They're in the cottage garden duets on the Kaylee 10 stitch fabric. They're beautiful. I love them. I'm putting them all in the journal, so I put them real close together because I'll slap some interfacing on the back before I cut them out, so it'll be fine.
You were really smart because I spaced mine out, and now I feel like I've wasted a lot of good
Right?
fabric.
Look at all that fabric. Look at
Right?
it all.
That's yeah.
You get so many more quirky Quakers or other things on there. So
that's great placement.
Yeah. Yeah, so I stitched 2 of them basically as start and finishes. This one was definitely a start and finish, and then this one, I forget which order I did them in. Then T-Rex was almost a start and finish in the car. I had to finish him after I got home. And then this one I started in May and then I finished in July after I got or around the time when I expected my cottage core sampler box to come out. I was like, he's so small, I can just finish him. So then I don't have any guilt about starting that right away when it comes out.
Yeah.
Why that would cause me guilt, I don't know. I got to talk that through with a professional. My patterns will go over to Helen. I don't think she'll want the floss, but I'll check with her because she's doing her quirky Quaker teeny tinies.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if she plans to do all of them teeny tiny though, so I'll ask her. And Megan.
Okay. So this is Kaleidoscope by Marumi Designs. It was in a magazine. I think it was just cross stitch. Hers was stitched entirely in Etoile. I did mine in all over dyed floss, except for the black is just black. And then the ecru is Etoile ecru. And I love it. And this one, I think I'm going to get someone to turn into a bag for me. Or maybe I'll make it into a bag. Who knows? But I think it would make a really good bag. And it's on 18 count, I think just one of a kind Roxy fabric. And my next finish, I finished at Stitch North this year in the lobby after the retreat was done. I had been working on it so hard the whole weekend, and people kept walking by and being like, "Is that Town Water?" And I was like, "Yes, it's from 2018." I didn't start it in 2018. I think I started it in like 2021. But she is finished. This is all the calls for DMC, and this is 16 count picture this plus glacier. And it looks so good. And I basically was like, I think I had like this octopus done, and like maybe some of these fishes when I went to Stitch North. So like all of it was done. Stitch
Busted it out at Stitch North. That was great.
Yeah. And then I gave the pattern to Julie before I left. She was like, "What are you doing with that pattern now?" And I was like, "I was gonna put it on the freebie table, but the retreat's over. So here you go." This one, everyone has also finished except me, so I finished it this year. This is my I Got the Boards. This is by Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery, and this is on a 28 count rosewood by Picture This Plus, and this is DMC 154, which is one of my favorite colors. And yeah,
That's so good.
I cut it like in a perfect square, so I think I'm gonna try to frame it in like a really ornate Victorian frame if I can find such a thing.
Cool.
Waiting. This one I got out again recently because it was a Monopoly pull, and then I kind of just kept going on it and finished it. So this is by Witchy Stitcher. It is called Spooky Summer, but I made mine Cruel Summer as a joke on Cruel Summer. And I think some of the colors I had to swap out for something that I had that was similar, but it's pretty close to the called for. And I think this is Chemical Romance by Kaylee, and it looks.
Your positioning is perfect.
It basically looks like a sandbar.
They're standing on the beach. Yeah. That's cool.
And I'm probably gonna like keep a lot of the fabric on the top as well if I frame it or end up doing with it.
So good.
It's so good. This one is from a little earlier. I finished this one after basically almost having it finished for like a year. This is We Still Go On from D and Kari from the Spring Fling box. And I inherited this whip from Steph and Michelle. Uh, and I finally finished. And this is the floss was in the box, which was Spoiled Rotten by Bird and Needle, and then this is also Bird and Needle fabric. We think it's a 16
It's a
or
16. It's no, it's an 18 count.
an 18.
The
Yeah,
date
because
that I'm
it's
not
really, you can tell it's kind of crowded. It's good. I did 2 strands. And then my last finish is over there on the shelf, so I'm just going to show you the picture that I and this I finished at the Stitch and Stash retreat, and it is now in my journal, which I showed at the last on our last episode. Basically added an extra squirrel and chose my own colors, and that's a bendy stitchy one, also from I think just Stitch.
She's
Regardless,
releasing that one at Market or Needlework Marketplace, right?
Yeah, that one's coming out now. Yeah.
wide release imminent.
If you want to do 2 squirrels, it's really easy. You just mirror it across, or you can put the year in. Did she change the year for 2025?
I think she put squirrels to another squirrel on. So
She either did that or she just photoshopped the year on her picture.
maybe,
She did
yeah.
something though.
Yeah, because originally it said 2023 or 23.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Awesome.
That's all my finishes from the year and the things that I plan to still finish, hopefully.
Amy.
All right, my last 3. One is tiny and 2 are massive. So this is my newest start. I started it yesterday. This is from Deanna's latest box, which is the Cottage Core box. I can't show you a picture of the pattern because it's just the pattern. But she did a Cottage Core sampler for us that is so stinking cute. And I stitched the little bee yesterday. We had we do a monthly stitchy lunch with some local cross stitchers. And so we got together yesterday at a pizza place and I stitched a bee and he's so cute. And that's the needle minder that came in my box, a little mushroom. This was another great box and it's on a Kaylee 10 stitch fabric again, which is beautiful. I think it's called Strawberry Fields. It's an even weave and it's beautiful. Perfect for this little sampler. All really kind of sweet colors and motifs and everything. It's beautiful. And then this has been my latest obsession. I had not worked on this piece for a year and a half because it is nothing but confetti. But I've worked on it for 2.5 weeks straight now. And I just took it off the Q-snap about 5 minutes ago. And I'm not sure that I won't put it right back on. Because when I got it out, I had her arm done right here. This is, I guess I should show you a picture of what it's going to look like. This is Mermaid from, the artwork is by Medusa Dollmaker. I got this kit from Gecko Rouge, but she's not licensed through them anymore. But if you go on her website, she has digital cross stitch patterns of all of her work. So I would highly recommend going onto her website, which I think is folktalesmarket.com. And she's got all of her artwork and she is just a gorgeous artist. And this piece, I love it. It's 185,000 stitches. When I got it out, I was at 7%. Now I've been working on it for 2.5 weeks and I'm at 9.5%. So it's going to take me a long time, but I just had her elbow done. I had all of this done, and a little bit of this, but I've filled in a lot of this lately. And I just, I don't know. I just keep telling myself like, okay, one more night, and then I'll put it away. I'm just going to work in this thread and then I'll put it away. And I haven't been able to. For some reason, I have really been enjoying this confetti stitching. If there are more than 5 colors in a row, like of the same color in a line, it's a miracle. But for some reason, it's like kind of what my brain needs right now. I guess it's like chaos in chaos in life, chaos in stitching, right? I don't know, but it's been really fun, and it's just like amazing to see. Like, look at her hand, like the shading in her hand and her fingers is just, it's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
From
I
far
mean,
away, it looks really good.
it's worth it. It's worth it. So, and I'm never gonna get her done if I don't stay. I mean, she's less than 10% already, and I've
That's
had her
crazy.
for
That's so much.
right, and I'm not even all the way across. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it though. So she might stay out for a while longer. I'm almost to her face. It'll probably take me another year and a half to get to her face, but it feels like I'm almost to her face.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, I'm not.
In the grand scheme of things, that is pretty close.
It is. It is. You're right. I'm not really sure how to show this next thing. I turned some of my Quirky Quakers into a quilt.
We love it.
So the ones that I did since the last time, I did the Quirky Quaker ornament. I finished that at Stitch North. And then I knew I wanted to I had a plan all along because I did them all on the same fabric and with the same color palette, all of them, because I knew I wanted to turn it into a quilt top. She had 8 Christmas patterns. And when I was laying them out, I thought, I need a 9th one to like make it into a square. So she gave us this holly chart, I think on her Patreon one year. Mm-hmm. So I took that and I made it into mistletoe by just stitching it in white etoile. The berries are in white etoile. Fun fact, maybe it's a fun fact, mistletoe used to be Oklahoma's state flower. Some people had problems with the fact that it's just a parasite. So now it's not our state flower anymore, but I still like mistletoe. So I just made it mistletoe instead. Yeah, so it's a quilt top. I may have entered this in the state fair as well. I know, right? I have a week to completely finish.
Built it for it to go in, like you have to.
Okay, I believe like as a finished thing.
It's got to be done.
Just submit the quilt top.
No.
Okay.
I know what y'all are thinking.
Physically possible.
It's doable. So the quilting on it, I obviously I've never quilted. I've quilted like little pieces for bags and stuff before. I don't want to do like quilting over the cross stitch. So I think for the quilting, what I'm going to do is just straight line, follow the outlines of the piecing, right? So it's not going to be hard. I can do it on my home machine. Doesn't need a long arm or anything like that. I have the backing fabric. I have the binding fabric. I've never done it before, but I mean, come on.
It's not hard. It just,
and it's not big.
Takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's a wall hanging, so it's only going to be like 40 by 40 when it's done. So yeah, I mean, I'm confident, maybe overly confident. And I know that like the quilting competition, the Oklahoma State Fair, I have no business entering it, especially being as new at quilting as I am. But I just want to see it hung up. And my mom tried to
really like it.
And my mom tried to teach me to sew when I was little, and I could not sew a straight line to save my life. And I think that she would be like just super proud to see something that I sewed at the state fair. So yeah, it'll get done, she says, hoping and crossing her fingers. But I'm excited for it. I love it. And I kind of want to do like a Halloween one now with the Halloween Quirky Quakers.
Yeah.
I think that would be so cool. So maybe that's my next cross-stitch quilty project. We'll see. Yeah. Stay tuned to see if it actually gets done. And that's everything I have.
Perfect. Okay. We are coming in for a finish. I'm not even sure that we've hit 3 hours.
Really?
No.
Look at the time we started, but
we're getting faster at this. Yeah.
It's also like half as many projects, so
True.
half as long makes sense. I started this in June at Stitch and Stash. Michelle brought me her copy of the Prairie Schooler Canoeing Santa. I was like, oh, just bring it. I'll just whip it out while I'm there. And I probably could have if it was the only thing I stitched on. So I have this canoe. Have I touched it since I got home? No. It is really like the canoe more than 50% of the stitches? Yes. And I'm more than 50% done the canoe. So
There
I
you
should
go.
sit down with it and get it done. But I love it. And then I can send it back to Michelle, although she said, am I really ever going to stitch it? But I'll still send it back to her. She can give it away.
Mm.
And then you saw this recently as well, my Freak for the Beak. Oh gosh, boomerang stitches. I have just that little start. I have the Roxy Floss conversion, thanks to Megan picking it up for me at Stitch North. And then this fabric is Shattered Plains by Anna Books and Stitches. I'm not sure if she's dyeing fabric right now, but when she does dye fabric, get on it. She's got lots of competing priorities in her life. But this is a 40 count for doll, and it is luscious. And the colors are really going to pop on it, I think. So that is a big project. So you know that I've really done well. And look, I started this at a retreat. I can do reasonable borders. So
That's good. Yeah, that's a great border.
You just saw Amy start. I have a bit more than Amy. And my piece of Strawberry Field is a little bit more green. Maybe I'll get the back for this one. But here is my start of my cottagecore spot sampler.
Nice.
It's just been so lovely. Just lovely. Every little motif. It's just a pleasure to stitch. There's scissors and thread in the middle. There's a birdhouse. If you are really curious, if you didn't get the box and you're really curious what this looks like overall, Jean, the pediatric ex-stitcher, I don't know if she's done, but I
think she is done. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't been super Instagrammy. But so she's either done or very close to being done. So you can see the whole thing over there. But it's just lovely. Deanna's next box goes on sale at some point this month. I don't know.
I think so, yeah. And it's like something cryptids.
Those of us who got this one, I believe, get a pre-sale for the next one. So if you snoozed on this, the next one is cryptid themed and it ships in October. So, and a big little butterfly. We didn't do an unboxing for this because my life is busy. It's good busy now.
No, mine is right here.
Like a little teacup. Oh, there's other treats in there. It's good. I did message her when it showed up because it had a highlighter that was just loose and jumbly, and the highlighter was not on the list, but she told me it was in fact meant to be in the box. But I was like, did you lose a highlighter? I told her.
Yeah, it was a great box.
I told her that she was very brave for sending those highlighters just free and loose like that, but they seem to have survived. So
it's very nice.
It's a good box. And then my last one is a start and finish this week. Team Gaza now, because it's critically important. Like we are past the brink of this being too late to help a lot of people in Gaza. This is from the Tatries Grove, and they're asking people to stitch it and post it just to help raise awareness. The message shouldn't be needed, but it is. I stitched this. The blue and green are from the Stitch for Pride floss because they happen to be readily available, and then the black and red I pulled out of my Acorns and Friends. And then I'm holding this really weird because on the other side is some top secret stitching. The fabric is from what does she go by? Grateful Thread. I picked it up when we were in Edmonton. So yeah. I think that is everything. Everybody's gone through their piles, showing
Mhm.
off their stuff.
Yep.
Have massive cleanup to do.
Massive, but that's okay. It's fun.
That's not. That looks nice and neat and
Oh,
organized. Look at you.
no.
I know.
I'm
And
just.
then I have a bin of
I
all
can't
my
show mine.
I put things away while you guys are talking.
Oh, that was smart.
Hard.
Dang it.
How dare
I have
you?
a pile of things in frames, a pile of whips that are just back in their bags, and then these are all my finishes that have to go back where the finishes go.
Mm,
Shoe boxes.
mhm.
Actually, it's bird boxes. They're really they're perfect.
Those are
size
nice boxes
for
for storage.
holding
Yeah.
things.
Awesome.
This was fun. Thanks for having me
Everyone's got
again.
their marching orders for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just stitch what you want when you want, or
Yeah.
whatever you roll for Monopoly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Monopoly is definitely the only thing is like I feel bad when like because like this week I had to do like 500 stitches on something because I wanted to buy something and work was just crazy because
Mm.
everything's on fire literally but and I had to work like longer days than usual and be available more than usual but so they were like hey are you doing your stitching and I was like yes I will do it I just haven't had time in the evening like I normally have a few hours in the evening and I yeah but hopefully this week it will go back to normal
Mm.
and I did finish them now so I have bought my property now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the first time I ever had a chance to buy something. I didn't want to let it go.
Oh.
No, I need a property.
So
Yeah.
Megan and I will probably see you sometime in September.
Yeah.
Maybe the end at this point. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You'll see us when you see us. There's lots of floss.
It'll probably be the end of September.
Mhm.
I don't really have much else to talk about. I have a little bit of haul from last month.
Oh, I
but
have a
that's-
backlog of haul and I will probably just
No,
not
very
worry
good.
about it too much.
Yeah. And then everything I've been stitching on, you all just saw. So
Exactly. Exactly. So we'll do a catch up later in September and then we'll invite Amy back for our year end / start of year whip parade. So you
Yeah, and I will be happy to come back again. This is always fun. It's always fun to get my whips out and, go through and see what I'm not working on that needs to get some
Alright.
stitches. So
yeah, just
Yeah.
that little reminder. It's good. Oh, hey, this
it is. Yeah, it is. It is. It's that like object permanence thing, out of sight, out of mind. So it's good to
Mhm.
go through them all. And it's always fun to hang out with you all too. Of course.
And everyone loves me. And we can see all the prizes you won from the
Yes.
Keep
fair.
your fingers crossed. We'll see.
I
We'll
mean,
see how
you
things
swept
do.
that place last year, so
I
say
did
that
pretty
they-
well last year. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised happily. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we take away this year. There's some
Mhm.
there's some really talented people here in Oklahoma, and I can't compete too hard with them because a lot of them are my friends. So I want them to do well too. But yeah, it's going to be fun because there are 3 of us in Oklahoma City that are entering our Stitch for Prides from last year. We are queering up that fair and I love it. And we're all entering them in different categories. So they're not competing against each other. I'm excited. So yeah.
Maybe you'll get 3 prizes.
Hope so. I really hope so. Yeah.
Mhm.
It'll be good.
We'll look forward to hearing the results.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in about a month.